Please, and we are live.
Good afternoon, Vietnam. No, that's not Vietnam. All right.
Totally
good evening, TFL and TFL groupies and all you guys and Raph, of course. I don't know what we're going to classify Raph as, but when he goes back and looks at this, he's going to know that he was mentioned. Anyway, welcome to another edition of Thunderdome. We have my brother, of course, and Chris Pretty, Big Bussy, Derek, and
Jamie.
Oh, yeah, me. Jamie.
Who the fuck is Jamie?
Who the fuck is Jamie? It's already fucked it up.
It was so good in practice, and it just
that was your moment.
I didn't realize I was on.
I blew my load. It's like,
Stage fright, man. I got stage fright.
No.
Happens to the best of us.
Hell yeah.
Now you've got me watching his kitchen.
It's nice.
Jamie's kitchen.
Very nice place.
Yeah.
This is Jamie's our honorary Englishman. Yeah, there you go. Is everything smaller in England? I mean, really, is it? Have you been to Texas?
I have been.
It's the anti-Texas.
I went to Texas once.
Oh, so then you do have like a point of reference, right?
I have a point of reference.
Everything's bigger in Texas, including the assholes.
Yeah, we have huge assholes here.
Yeah,
swallowed out assholes. But look at the lights.
They weren't always that big.
Like let's take a look at Derek's lights. Derek's lighting. Like, I mean, his lighting makes him look pale and unimpressive. You see that? There it is.
You have a tactical flashlight.
I can't present Derek. I can't. But now
hang on.
Look at Jamie's lighting. Jamie's lighting is so
like Pixar light, dude.
An LED. Like, I mean, you know what your electric bill's like what, 30 cents a month? I mean, at least you're all running all that LED in there. Shit, you're like a Zales counter. It's like fine jewelry, like the diamonds would just light up in your apartment.
Zing.
Great. Yeah. Is it an apartment or is it a house, Jamie? What do you live? A flat, if you will.
Well, actually, I live in Seattle now, so.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I just moved.
You too, in America, can have lighting like this. There's no fog in London, Jamie. There's no fog in London.
There's no fog in London, mate. No, I've just moved to your fine country. I'm living in Seattle. Been here 2 weeks. This is a rental.
Fucking A, man. Welcome to the US of A.
Thanks for having me.
How many rude people have we run into so far? Hey, are you pumping your own gas? Are you pumping your own gas? You just got there just a little too late.
I haven't pumped gas yet.
That's
okay. There's a new thing up there.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah. I was a bit freaked out by that because I watched a video of people fucking it up, and I was like,
that's Oregon. That's a different state.
I said to my wife, I'm like,
Seattle, Oregon. It's all up the fucking north there. It's not Texas.
America.
Yeah.
There was this lady like driving down the freeway, dragging fucking like hose and everything behind her, and I was just like,
ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's probably bad. I should probably call somebody or just follow them for a while.
She's just happily going along.
Oh shit, it's looking phenomenal. So Seattle, you 2 weeks, like you're a fresh implant, huh?
I'm fresh implant, yeah. I've been coming to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I've been coming to America though with work for the past 16 years, but I've been heading to LA a lot. So I kind of know Los Angeles and I know New York, and then I've past 3 years I've kind of got to know Seattle. But yeah, we just moved for good.
Excellent.
What do you do, Jamie? What would you say you do here?
I make video games.
Fuck it! Sweet. God damn it! How come my job sucks so goddamn bad? Like shit.
Josh, if your job sucks, there's nobody to blame but yourself.
Hey, I'm taking the blame.
Josh comes home, he's like, God, the boss man is such a fucking prick.
Yeah.
Dude, it was weird. He yelled at me and then he gave me a hand.
How many hand jobs I gotta give myself a day? It's the only thing that makes it bearable, I swear.
What kind of games, Jamie? Are we talking like console games, like computer games,
mobile games, or like iPhone games?
The last game I made was Guitar Hero.
Shut the fuck up!
Shut the fuck out of here, dude!
Hold on.
Prank caller. What is this bullshit?
You are Vince Vaughn. I mean, this makes you Vince Vaughn, right? Like, have you seen the movie with Couples Resort? where Vince Vaughn is like the creator of Guitar Hero, and he like fucking romps on that motherfucker. He's like, woo, woo, woo. Like, can you do like on a super high level? What is it?
Kind of, but then I
Can you
think
do like the Yingwei mouse stream of Guitar Hero?
Let the man talk, bro.
I'm sorry.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
excited.
You're like the king of just asking a question and then like answering it for him.
Hey man, starstruck over here.
What a
I am.
fucking prick.
I am a fucking douche.
What a great host. What a great
Sorry, Jamie, please.
this audience.
By all means. Get it.
so. I mean,
Fucking
here's the thing about making video games. You're the best at it until 5 minutes after you relaunch it. And then as soon as you launch it, some 12-year-old kid is better than you in about 10 minutes. So we were all pretty good at it until we launched it, and then we started to see videos of these little kids just kicking the shit out of it.
Fucking Asians.
Asian, Indian kids. They spell and they play video games.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, my wife just said, "Can you please give yourself a hand job and say motherfucker quieter?"
Josh, you married the right one, buddy.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh, I saw Amy Rafe pop up, and I was like, "Wait a second, we got a surprise tonight." Oh, wait.
Did I sign it under my wife's name?
What's up, George?
Hey,
You guys hear
George.
me?
George, you're looking so sexy.
Thanks, sexy.
So-
Yeah.
You guys hear me?
You need to like
Oh,
wear
so
like one
how
of those muscle shirts and be like, "Oh, I'm too sexy for this shit. Too sexy for this shit. It's too sexy, it hurts." Yeah.
I like that. That's an
Right.
English reference to an amazing pop song.
Yeah, right said Fred, man. One of my
Right Said Fred.
favorites.
I
What's up,
just,
Jamie?
hey dude, how's it going? I was
Yeah.
just introducing my Englishness to your fine friends.
Yeah, like everyone knows Jamie and I'm
George,
I'm
Jamie,
at a
Jamie,
loss.
George. Yeah. I just got to the
I'm at a
party.
loss.
I just got to you.
Yeah, this like should I know Jamie? Like like is
Hey, do we have zero
is he
listeners?
is it usually like Jamie? You may know me from such
Jamie-
and such fame.
You may know me from Instagram. That's how George and I became
Hey,
friends.
No, I don't have an Instagram, so
Are you
that's not
familiar-
it.
There you go.
Bro, are you familiar with Guitar Hero?
Oh.
No, you don't know.
Yeah,
Jamie,
I didn't read the liner notes. You know, I didn't open up the book, turn to the back page, and like see like special thanks to Jamie.
Just
Yeah.
Jamie.
You should meet this guy.
He's fucking titties.
Get on Instagram.
Yeah, get on Instagram.
Yeah, like somebody who finally got on there today.
Yeah, what kind of losers don't have an Instagram? I mean, shit, guys.
All right.
I know, right? For real.
I have one. I just don't know how to
Me?
operate
I
it.
mean, I don't have one. I don't have one.
I didn't
at
have
all.
one until about 8 hours ago.
Just dropped my microphone.
Somebody gonna have to set that up for me, I guess. What do? You like you talk to it, you record shit?
Now you take
Talk to
pictures.
it, you slap
Just
it
take
behind the
pictures.
ear. Say, "You dirty bitty,
No.
You can take selfies. You can take like pictures of every douche you drop.
dirty,
Put it on there.
dirty."
I do that.
Instagram."
You put it on there for who? For
Yeah, just to increase your audience, really. Yeah,
For your fans.
for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't.
Your audience
They're
knows.
pennies for everyone, bro. They're pennies for
I'm good. I'm like the crippled kids.
pennies for everyone.
No, I'm good.
Hey, hold on
Be a
one second.
mystery.
Pretty.
Yeah.
What kind of mechanicum guy is this? Is this?
Hang on.
Can you look at this guy for
That's a
me? real quick?
Thalax.
It's a phalanx.
Is that a
Oh
Thalax?
shit!
He's got a
That's
different head.
Wait, no.
He's got a different
Well,
head, and he's got like a big gun.
on the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
just
phalanx.
hold it still.
You're jittering with it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got
You
my.
know, you don't
double
have
wrist
to
on
use
my
the
team.
heads. You don't have to use the heads that come in the box.
Okay.
You can-
Yeah,
This guy's
this
got like
is-
the action pose. This is a
Josh is gonna be FaceTiming Pretty about every 20 minutes. Hey, bro,
they're pretty.
which one is this? What weapon?
Bro, are you sleeping?
Are you-
Are you sleeping? What's
He's
what's
I'm gonna hear a knock on my window.
What kind of gun is this? What kind of mechanicum trickery sorcery is this bullshit?
My wife's gonna be trying to fire at the window. Somebody's outside.
I'm at the foot of the bed. Pretty.
That'll be the latest. That'll be the latest CNN headline. Victoria man shot for coming to friend's house in the middle of the night to ask a question about mechanical knowledge.
Pretty. Prips. Pretty.
Yeah, it looks like you've got a box of Phalex.
Yeah, I got to buy. I'm open. Yeah, I'm pulling them out. When in doubt, I'm whipping them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go down the line. Let's like actually do like an introduction to start
Okay.
it up, right? Like do it
Hi,
right.
I'm Josh.
Do it proper.
I don't know my weapons, my 30K weapons. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at geography either. My turn-ons are walks on the beach, deep kissing, and getting my penis stuck in the hot tub jet. Go ahead.
Very good.
You're next. I'm not telling you my turn-offs because you're going to have to figure those out.
All right, Zach, you're up.
Or not.
Or not.
Or not. Or we can all just go fuck ourselves. Mr. Introduction.
Yeah.
You can't follow it up. You can't follow it up, can you? I'm just that good. I just can't.
Yeah.
That good.
Yeah, we're all in awe.
My brother's at a loss. He's like, what? Fuck.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody knows us regulars that are here most of the weeks. I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I answer his mechanical questions. I have a French bulldog usually in the room making sorting.
Derek's
There you go.
working on something. That's a switch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
here.
direct to Derek. Yeah, let's fuck with Derek a little bit.
Yeah, hey guys, how's it going? You got a question, Zach?
Are you working on something, or are you just looking like
Yeah.
you're working on something?
Got a dude.
Hang on.
He's got like a chainsword.
You're shaking him around.
Yeah.
I really
Like
like
just
Yeah.
back it up,
Yeah.
just like get like
Why
2
does
inches.
everybody-
Well, okay. If it
Like
focuses,
right in front of the camera.
Look at this. Like, did you see it? I can just.
How's that? Is that better?
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Ooh, yeah, right. Ooh, right there.
He's got a bolt.
Right there.
Yeah, he's got a
So you
bolter.
gotta-
He's got a
Oh,
chainsword and
yeah,
a pistol.
that's the spot right there.
Hang on.
Getting
Okay.
that deep line.
Got this cool shoulder
Nice
pad.
and deep.
I'm
Nice
pretty
and deep
proud of
line.
that. Oh, it didn't take a lot of work. It's molded.
Ooh.
Then I was gonna use
Okay.
like a decal and like throw that like up arrow over here. Got some decals. Yeah. Never used decals before. I don't know what I'm doing. Hopefully it
Just
works okay.
first things first, you need to pronounce it right.
Hey, he's trying to make Jamie feel at home. Okay.
I say
Well,
decal.
That's the Australian way of saying it.
Decal.
Decal.
That's a new one.
Damn it, dude! I gotta step up.
Like Mrs. Deagle. Deagle.
We can add
Deagle,
it to that
Deagle.
whole. You say tomato, tomato,
Yeah.
potato, potato, decal, decal.
Decal. Water transfers.
Oh, there's always that guy. You gotta
Yeah.
be that guy.
Transfer.
The douche. Water transfers.
I mean,
There's some water
it's only a water
Dirty.
transfer if you use water.
You have your Microsoft and Microset.
to urine
I do.
transfer.
Actually, I ordered them both at the same time on Amazon. I got the micro set. Is that the second one I use?
The what?
Whatever the second one you're supposed to use. I got that one like a week before I got the first one. I'm like, well,
Oh, that
this
sucks.
is cool.
You
Yeah,
can
everyone-
actually do it with just one of them as well.
Yeah.
You can get away with it just using one of them.
Okay, well, I got like a very specific set of instructions. It's like, all right, you airbrush it with this stuff,
You're like Liam
like
Neeson.
5 or
Taken
6
what?
coats. No, I just want to make sure I like don't fuck up because those are some very expensive Forge World transfers.
So did Kim will give you a very specific set of instructions?
That you got for free.
Somebody is like, hey Derek, these are expensive. Here's how you don't fuck this up. I don't know how much that information is worth. I don't know what kind of classes you have to go to get that kind of information.
Hell, Kimmel will tell you just to throw it in the microwave.
That fucked me up.
I'm all like, I'm gonna use the heat gun. He's like, throw it in the microwave. Like, yeah.
I love Kimmel, and I would trust Kimmel with my life. I'm not putting my models in the microwave. I don't doubt that he's right. I
Oh,
know
also
he's
iPhone
right,
that
but
way.
I can't do it.
Hey, bro.
Ain't worth it to try.
What's up?
Hey, do you have Thalex with you? Do you have Thalexes?
No,
Alexa?
Pretty's got some of mine. I gave.
Oh
my-
yeah,
my
I gave them
Alexa
to me
Pretty.
today. As a matter of fact, I got some of yours.
Relaxing.
Yeah,
Like,
Zach
how-
has
Has a different.
Like
Yeah.
at a maximum, like how many Thalax would you say we would need?
Zero.
No, zero
I'm not a
Thalax.
big Thalax. I'm not a big fan.
I gotta go get something to work on and some booze.
We have way too many. Do you think we can like do something with them? Like
Like
you
what?
think I did?
Like sell them? Show them for
Show them my ass. They're like keister them, bro. Keister them.
I mean, they're yours. You can do whatever you want with them.
Watch out! Watch out! With those lightning guns. They'll get you.
They'll get you. Yeah. Do they really suck? I mean, is
Thalaks are good, man. Thalaks are good for holding.
They're good. They're good. Just
three
like,
wounds, right? 3 wounds, like 3 wounds.
They're hard to kill, and lightning guns are not. Don't sleep on a lightning gun.
Don't sleep on a lightning gun.
No, literally, it'll fry your ass. Do not sleep
No,
on a lightning gun. No, but don't. Like lightning guns, they do not underestimate the lightning gun, man.
They're good, but what's the most Thalax you've seen like in an army?
I run
like more than like 9 Thalax.
No, I run 9. I run 9.
Yeah,
I run a squad
like
of
9
6.
is
Squad of 3.
We've surpassed that.
Oh right, okay.
We have a few fucking shit ton of Thalax. Like fuck, man. Like
Have you just bought like a Jobler army or something?
Like we could conceivably field like 4,000 points of Thalax.
Oh, right. Yeah, you don't need that many.
It's like 17 miles.
Yeah, I've got 9 in my Kilobisma army, and it's usually I'll just rotate like how big the squad sizes are, either 2 squads or 3 squads.
You're not mixing them up with like Ursarax or whatever.
Nah,
So
it's all straight Thalax.
I'm not even. No, I'm talking to Josh. Like
No. Like here's the thing. Like I almost had one of
they're definitely the same.
Like Pretty's like, hey man, do you have any use for like 24 Thalax? And I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And I always wait, hold on. I have 12. Zach's got 12. Where's 12 over here? Oh, there's 12 more over here. I didn't unpack this box. There's 12 in here. Shit, I have like 48 fucking Thalax. I was like, wait, let's pump the brakes on the Thalax, Pretty. You know, I'll take your special weapon Thalaxes, and three you have that are my brothers. But yeah, I almost made a big boo boo. Like, what do you do with like 60 Thalax? You're like, fuck, you know. So
you don't lose an objective game. That's what you fucking don't do with Thalax.
You secure everything. Right?
Secure everything.
Yeah, you can jump those guys to an objective, and they're going to be pretty hard to move.
Yeah, that whole jetpack move they've got is pretty neat as well for Zone Mortalis.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
well, both, but in Zone Mortalis even more so.
So Jamie, you play Mechanicum? What are you working on?
I have a Mechanicum force. I have about 10,000 points of Iron Hands. I've got about 2,500 points of Word Bearers.
Oh, nice.
Which I'm going to destroy George with in a few months.
Yeah, at the con.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that.
At the con.
No, I'm going to head out to George and meet him up at his place, and we've got a bit of a roving battle going on. I've already decapitated his co-host of the podcast.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, and
so he's like, it's a vengeance match then, huh?
Vengeance, bout with the route. Yeah. So what else?
It's a roving podcast grudge match: Ultramarines versus Word Bearers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's historic. That's yeah.
We're telling the Battle of Calth, aren't we, George?
We're gonna try to. We're trying narrative around it and have some fun. The next game is actually gonna have a Primarch fight.
Primarch fight.
George, you're up in the Northwest, George, too?
No, I'm in Iowa.
Des Moines, remember?
Iowa.
Des Moines. He was here last week.
Right.
Jamie's coming here.
Okay.
I'm gonna show him all the great stuff Iowa has to offer.
We're gonna shoot guns, which I'm very excited about as an Englishman.
Guns are fun.
Had a good time.
Yeah. So yeah, so I've got a Word Bearers force. I've got Iron Hands. What else have I got? I've just started my Space Wolves, so I got about 1,500 points of Space Wolves on the go. I got a little Raven Guard ally force. I have much knights. I'm just about to finish a Porphyron in House Maccabeus, so like traitor Porphyron.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Prophylactic.
It's pretty cool. It's cool. It's not as badass as people think. People like get scared because it's so fucking big, and they're all like, "Ah, what's that?" But it ain't that. It ain't all that.
It ain't shit.
It's good to scare people though, so it serves a purpose. Yeah, so that's what I've got, and then I've got a all kind of solar auxiliary army, like, but in bags. So I bought the whole thing. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna build this. Like,
Dude, there's no end to solar auxiliary. There's like, you can say you have it all in bags, but technically you have like the first half of it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But that army didn't go anywhere. That'll be maybe end of the year project. Yes, that's my stuff.
Nice. So I gotta ask the ultimate question. The $1 million question is why the word bears? Like, what was it like? I'm gonna be a douche. I like douches. Douche armies are like my thing. Like douche, so douchey.
Yeah. So since I got back into the hobby about 8 years ago, all of my armies were like loyalist, I guess.
Okay.
And I was like, I really want to. And then I built a Khorne Demonkin army for 40k, like when that codex came out. And I was kind of like, this demon stuff's kind of fun. And then I reread First Heretic for about the third time.
Oh yeah,
that'll do it.
And I just thought, you know what, fucking the word bearers are the ultimate. They're the ultimate traitors, right? They started it all. It's their fault. They're a bunch of fucking lunatics. And the only downside is their Primarch is a whiny little bitch.
I think I've heard a song about that.
And it is officially part of the record.
Yeah.
It was voted on.
It was voted on.
Surprisingly narrow margin.
Yeah, man.
George, if you want to sing the song at some point tonight, we won't be offended.
Do it, George.
Do it, George. Georgie.
I wrote for Christmas.
Jesus Christ, it's a fucking full house tonight.
Lorgar's a bitch. 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 Why is he such a bitch? Oh, he's such a bitch. Oh, why is he a bitch? Maybe because Daddy didn't love him. Or because Robute sacked his temple. Lorgar's a bitch.
So, like,
Lorgar's a bitch.
Yes,
are all the people watching right now
bravo.
just throwing up from all the, like, continuous movement of the cameras? like all that, like, because everybody's talking, it was like camera change, camera change, camera change, camera change, camera change. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Oh, fantastic.
What's up, fam?
Hi, Michael.
Yeah, long time no see.
Oh yeah,
Monty.
by the way, MacBook sounds like.
Oh, fuck.
That sounds like Monty, but that can't be Monty.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's a bad fan on a MacBook, boys.
Yeah, it's no joke.
Yours, Jake, didn't you spill Kool-Aid on it?
All right, time out. I did not spill anything. My 2.5-year-old spilt bubbles on it.
Yeah, bubbles.
It's an accident that can happen.
Right onto the old motherboard.
You know, that's the last.
You remember blowing bubbles as a kid?
Yeah.
Can we say that here?
Yeah, we can say blowing bubbles. I don't think it's
Blowing bubbles. Yeah. Bubbles looking for you, Bussy.
Man, dude, y'all got a full fucking house tonight.
Fucking A.
We got talking. What's the topic?
Hey, but there's room for one more, Monty.
I was watching Gerard Butler's 2017 smash hit, and
London has fallen.
was getting, and I continued watching. I was like, surely it's gonna get better. Surely Gerard Butler. Surely you could not let it off. Like, nope, it just didn't get better. It kept getting consecutively worse. Like you could watch the budget fall off. Like halfway through the movie, you're like, they stopped. At this point, they stopped putting money back into it.
Was it worse than 2012?
Was this the one with with the
Oh, is this Geostorm?
Geostorm. Yeah.
Yeah, Geostorm. That's what I was watching. Yeah, Geostorm.
I actually thought that was a fake movie the first time I heard about it. I was like,
No.
and I saw the trailer. I was like, well, maybe that's like a TBS movie or something.
Yeah.
I was like,
It's
oh,
like
those-
it's definitely
guys are-
promoting climate change. fucking leftists won't stop with that shit.
It has nothing to do with climate change. Oddly enough.
Dude, did y'all actually see the first preview? Were y'all privy to the first trailer of this movie? Like, if you look back, like it's like real ominous, right? And all of a sudden it's like, and then it's like, and shit's happening, and no one's talking. It's just, and all of a sudden you
It's
see
like
this
every
frozen-
trailer ever made, bro.
This frozen jet falls like from the sky.
Yeah,
It's like,
every trailer after Inception.
yeah, it's just like that, just like, and you're like, fuck, man, that's some scary shit. And then the next one's like, doo-doo-doo,
Look at this.
doo-doo-doo, and it's like Jared Butler. What the fuck, Waffles?
She's looking for the paint. Where's the paint?
Where's the paint, Monty? Got that bitchin' ass rack with no paint.
It's all in the garage, man. I paint in the garage now.
Hey, have y'all seen the trailer for
Another airbrush
Rampage?
is life.
For
Yes.
I have.
I have.
Yeah.
Dude, I got like a really unnatural boner watching that. Like, I was like, I know this is completely stupid.
That looks stupid.
Like, I know it's
dude.
totally dumb, but it's going to be so awesome.
Which movie?
Rampage.
Rampage,
Oh,
like
yeah.
based off the game
Based off of the
Rampage.
target.
Yes.
Rampage.
Titties.
I used to play that game at
I'm
Pizza
a
Hut
little-
back in the day.
I'm a little excited that they storyline out of it. Like there was no given storyline with
No.
the game Rampage.
No,
And they were
yeah.
like, well, how can we make this work?
Well, we're going to put the rock
Grabbing
in it.
people
That's
out of
number
windows.
Who's hot right now? Dwayne Johnson. He's pretty hot.
Dwayne Johnson.
People like Dwayne.
How can we
Is
get Kevin Hart
Hart
and Hannibal Buress?
Is Kevin Hart in that movie, Rampage?
Yeah, when the Wolfman shrinks and becomes human, it's actually Kevin Hart, like a little
Like a really small little.
real small diminutive. Yeah, Kevin Hart.
Wouldn't that
I
just
think
be a
they had a
normal
bunch of-
Kevin Hart?
I think they had a bunch of outtakes from San Andreas, and then they just like made a movie out of it.
And
turned it
Jumanji.
into Rampage.
Dude, I'll tell you what, Jumanji was the titties, dude. I got to give it to The Rock and Kevin Hart. But it wasn't even The Rock and Kevin Hart. It was like Jack Black and Jack Black and Kevin Hart. They were the ones that brought that movie home, Jumanji. It was a good watch. I laughed.
I haven't seen it.
You would.
I did. I'm easily pleased.
I won't lie. I'll probably watch it on HBO when it comes out. But
Oh, yes, found it. Fuck yeah.
Hey,
What
Josh,
did you actually find? Yeah.
So I got to ask you
Clipper.
after the last time I was on, did you run Angron in Cestus?
Oh, titties. Angron is pissed. Like, Angron came down in the Cestus and he was pissed. Now, the first game I played at this match, I took the World Eaters, and it was a 3,000 point army, which was Karn and the Mastodon. And the Mastodon kind of totally robbed the Red Butchers of their kills. And the World Eaters killed. But the 2,500 point list with Angron and the Cestus, oh my God. Talk about Brockhard boner. Like Angron up to like 9 wounds after just slaughtering every squad after squad after squad. No Red
Nine
Butcher
attacks.
casualties.
Attacks.
9 attacks. 9 attacks. Yeah, 9 attacks. And yeah, thanks, bro. Thanks for keeping me square. Anyway, so yeah, the Angron did work, man. When he popped out of that thing, there was a squad of flamers. They got their asses romped. And then he proceeded to take on a squad of vets and then Terminators. And finally, when he was going to face off with Manus, right, we hit the last turn. So, I mean, we weren't able. Angron was robbed, but he was up to 9 attacks. So, just gives you an idea of how many squads and challenges and shit he just, waded through. But it was brutal. Angron Cestus, very good delivery system, man. Like, I can't even, it was like, thank you. Thank you for like bringing it to the attention. Thank you, John Stanford, for letting me run him. And yeah, he was just like, poor Will Frank, man. His iron hands got butt raped by Angron and the Cestus. It was just, you know what though? Like the Cestus was ramming shit. Like it chased Anviluses all over the the board, and I was playing Blood Feud, which like I was like fuck it flyers, right? Because he had everything in Charybdis and Anvilus, and that Cestus just kept running around and just smash. Oh, smash! Yeah, it was nasty.
It did work.
It was fun. It was a fun unit to play. Definitely not disappointed I took it. You know, like Angron could have got there in any number of ways, Charybdis, whatever, probably faster, more efficient. But the Cestus was just fun. Like it was like, oh, we'll fly over here and fuck you up over here, and then we were on fire. Yeah. Frank, Frank.
Yeah, I'm not even looking at the screen, but just hearing the sound effects of the battle.
Oh yeah, bad porn. Yeah, like you're there, right? Pretty like you're there.
Yeah, I thought I was there.
Y'all ask Ironhand Will how his butthole feels. I guess like, he's in the he's in the RFI Patreon chat if y'all want to know how his recovery is going. If his anus went back to normal size, or like
Ferris anus.
Yeah, Josh, don't pull no punches, bro. It was a real fun game for me.
I think I heard that Will sold his army. I don't know.
You know, you get -1 to all your shooting, right? We don't shoot shit. Bah, bah, bah. We didn't even bring guns to this battle. Fuck you.
See, man, I was after that last time I was on, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to run Gilman and Cestus," and you guys are like, "You can't do that." I'm like, what? What the fuck?
Dude, that's the whole reason I bought you Cestus. Like, yeah.
I spent all this time rehabbing this fucking piece of shit, and I can't even fucking use it. God damn it!
Hey, that piece of shit lights up. That's like a piece of shit in a discotheque.
Discotheque.
It's gonna give somebody a seizure.
Oh shit!
So what's everybody working on? Do we do this?
We started to. I think we got sidetracked.
Yeah, well, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Rampage and Geostorm happened.
Yeah.
Geostorm.
Fuck it, Geostorm.
So lame. Cirque is so lame. I'm trying to see if we have any viewers, man. We got a full house and like nobody's watching us. Like,
It's because we're all here.
Where's the chat?
I can hop over to like viewing if you want.
You got so in the chat. You got.
Tell him Monty's here. Tell him Monty's here. They'll fill us up.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All those RFI guys.
Crash YouTube.
Hold on, I'll pop one out. No.
Are you gonna plug
your phone.
Yeah. Oh, can we get a list? Can we go over a list? Wait, what's the list? Nobody said.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 88 of Radio Free Istvan.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start recording.
This is what you get. Like, that's this. You want a list? List this.
Hey, Josh, you've actually got quite a few people in the chat. You've got Neil McNeil.
Oh,
yeah,
Neil.
Neil?
Neil.
Neil McNeil's in there. Gooch
Boy, Neil McNeely.
Gooch Man's in there. Andrew from San Antonio's in there.
Oh, hey, Drew, how's it going?
Samson's in there.
What's up, Samson?
Want to talk to Samson?
Garrett Lowe. Always good.
I can't get my she
Garrett's clutch.
Oh, hey, Garrett. I didn't see this. Garrett said Jamie should sign Derek's Rock Band guitar. I don't know if he would do that because it's not the same game, but
I will definitely. Well, I've got a Guitar Hero in here somewhere.
I will definitely do that. I'll sign it with my
Snail trails
It's like in
from the creator.
When Randy Jackson signs the katana.
Oh, well, I had this katana, and you're not gonna knock it.
When you said Step Brothers, I thought that was going a whole different direction.
My boy, you touch my drum set.
You teabag my drum set.
Teabag your drum set.
Why are you sweating? Cops on.
I was watching Cops.
I feel it. I sweat when I watch live PD, man. That shit gets real.
yeah.
That's no joke. He does.
Yeah.
I
live it.
Right there.
I like how Derek was there to back him up. He's like, no, bro, I got shit's for real.
I seen it.
Speaking of live PD, like this last couple days of just like people just absolutely losing their mind because like there was some ice on the road or whatever. Like it was just retarded.
Bad
Like you get
boys.
we're getting calls from people like, my windshield wipers just broke off. Who goes to their car? Who goes to their car, sees that it's a fucking ice cube, and what's the first reaction? I know, I'll just turn on the windshield wipers. That'll clear this right
I
up.
don't think so.
The same person whose second reaction is, "Oh, I better call the police."
Yeah. Yep. They'll handle this.
Don't know what to do.
I paid their salary. They better help me.
They're just like, I need a more adult to help me out right now.
Yeah.
I lost my damn mind.
Yeah.
there's
I
a
just
lot
don't
of people
get
that
no
work.
breaks.
Policeman eating a steak.
Yeah.
Oh
It was
shit.
pretty funny. Last night was good. I just had to work like security, so I just got to hear all the calls, but I didn't have to go fucking talk to people or anything.
You ever do that and be like, dude, that guy is so fucked? Yeah, hey Charlie, I heard you on that call last night. Yeah, did you really pull that thing out of that guy's ass? Bummer, dude, bummer.
Did you really have to pull Josh's cestus out of somebody's butthole?
Oh shit.
That happens.
That happened.
I don't know if Josh is intentionally showing us his crotch this time, or if it's just like an accidental thing this time.
I'm putting my flyers.
Bit of both.
I'm organizing shelf space.
So yeah, we've got Josh presented to everybody just to.
Oh yeah.
Right. No, that'll get some viewers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I don't know what will.
Go make that the
Actually, we
thumbnail.
just lost one. God damn it.
I like
Hey,
how
you don't
just
want those kind of
straight up.
There goes our Chinese audience.
Josh is just straight up somehow using my my again, like it just straight up says, now presenting Michael Montalonga.
Oh. Woo. It's glorious,
Josh.
glorious.
So yeah, people working on stuff. Is that actually a thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's try it again.
I'm painting this dude.
All right.
Derek's painting the dude.
Okay, I'll start.
On the camera.
We'll actually start with George. We're going to start at the far end and work our way.
Oh
back this way.
shit.
I'm going to present you, George, and you just go with it. Run with it.
Okay, so I was doing a little airbrushing earlier tonight. Got some paint on the ram. Got some chipping fluid under this. We'll see how that works out.
I hear good things.
Yeah, it started cracking as soon as I put the first layer on, and I'm like, God damn it.
That's how you know it's
Isn't that the
working.
whole point? Yeah, that's like chipping fluid, right?
Well, you're supposed to get like an actual layer of paint on top of it. I'm like,
Oh,
it's like the
Oh,
fourth
shit.
time I've used it. I'm like, what the
Are you doing AK or what?
The big,
Or what?
The hardest part with chipping fluid is knowing when to fucking stop. Like that's the hardest part. Like is like self-control on the
it's
chipping
like
fluid.
it's like eating
You
pot
can't go back.
cookies. It's like eating pot cookies, right? You're like, oh yeah, this tastes good. I'll have a little bit more. Oh yeah, no, I'm not feeling anything yet. Oh, a little bit more. Oh fuck, I'm fucked. Like what year is it? Shit, is that Dennis Hopper? Yeah.
That was Cinco de Mayo all last year. Straight up. Oh,
Fuck.
working on that, and it started cracking as soon as I put the paint on. So I messaged Sam because I knew because I'd been talking to Stu from Geno52 about it earlier in the day. And of course, this was like 9, 10 o'clock at night, so it's fucking middle of the night over there. So I messaged Samson, and he's kind of like, "Yeah, it does that. Ain't nothing."
Just spit on it. Just
Spit on it.
George said, I got the gentleman's take. I need a redneck.
Yeah.
what you do? You grab an old pair of underwear and
And that ketchup bottle.
like I don't know.
That's so sad.
Samson's great because it's like shit you got lying around the house, you know.
Yeah, pretty much
Dude,
what I
for
do.
real.
What do you got? Do you have some Vicks Vapor Rub? Like, just rub that shit right in there. And, like,
Dude, work it in left to right, not right to left.
No.
Left to right.
not
Just hit it with like a
Base
dollop
to
of
tip.
the
base to tip.
You get Jamie Presley in there saying she's your sister, you'll be all right.
Huh. I'm your sister. I'm your sister.
I'm your sister.
Josh, that's an unfair stereotype, okay? I
Sorry,
just want to
Buzzy.
throw it out
Sorry,
there.
Buzzy. Sorry. I was immediately starting the apology. Sorry, Buzzy. I meant no offense.
Yeah, that's only for folk from Kentucky.
Yeah.
I thought you had a hand.
The
Yeah, man. I stole this
only other
pile.
project.
Yeah.
Sorry. One of the other projects I got a Damocles I'm working on. And because I don't know when to quit, and this is going to seem really fucking stupid, but hinge the fucking hatch
Yeah.
so I can open
Oh,
and close it.
Hinge that. Hinge that shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Dude,
you know
you
what?
should just
In case
put,
you want to put
you
like
should
a.
just put like have Pop Goes the Monkey make you one of these symbols. So like, you can put under there, and when, like somebody's like, "What? This hatch opens?" It's just like,
Does that-
You know, I don't know why. It's such an easy thing to do, but it adds like nothing and is pointless. But I still fucking keep
No,
doing it.
it's
like the
attention.
third tank. It's the third tank I've done it to.
It's attention to detail.
makes you
man.
happy, it's
gotta-
not-
No, here's the thing. Like, I kind of wonder about this myself, right? Because like I'm painting militia, and like okay, so I can appreciate your hatches opening, your lights flashing, and stuff like that. And the lights flashing, yes, on the tabletop is going to look really excellent, and it's going to draw a lot of attention. But like, if you notice, militia guy Bob, who's like 18 rows in, 7 columns to the left. That guy right there. Look at his pants. Like, look at his pants. Just look at his pants. You see that?
Yes,
That-
look at his
that's it.
look at his dick.
Look at his dick. Look at his dick.
Look at his
His dick.
dick.
You know, and so you gotta wonder, like, I mean, like, can you really like skimp a little bit on those fucking militia guys? You know what I'm saying? You get like,
Yeah, Josh, when you're
Yeah.
giving each one like individual sized bulges in order to kind of differentiate,
yeah. Look at the
that's
shadow.
probably a touch too much.
Look at the shading right around his genitalia area. Yeah. You know, which is why we
Trooper 134.
Too much attention to the wrong details.
packaging the
Exactly.
Space Marines don't have dicks, so they'll probably like be like,
what?
I thought that we addressed this
What
already.
are
They do indeed
those?
have dicks.
nope. Yeah, because
We talked about this.
I never said they didn't have dicks.
You see the Kickstarter that's coming out? They definitely have bulges.
I'm glad you
I
brought
was
that up.
just gonna say.
No,
Part of me
wait.
wants to
I'm
I'm
I'm team-
Marines and make the old like half-naked custodes,
Dude,
the like beefy ones.
my brother is the winner here. Like, I'm straight up going to tell you, my brother has found the general to our army, our team's army, and y'all just wait. Come Adepticon time for those of y'all that will be there. I mean, this guy is impressive, man. I mean, this is straight up strike fear into the hearts of the enemies, right? The mere shadow
I've
that
seen
is
them.
that his penis casts across the battlefield will be so like moral debasing, like so massive. Like, he's got a huge, massive, like, just unit. You know, no Space Marine smooth in front there. You know,
That's a big ass unit. That's like 40 dudes.
yeah. He's like, he can kill most men with his penis. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
big
He's
guy.
taller laying
It's
down,
definitely-
he is standing up.
it's definitely AP1. Like
It is AP1 penis. It is an AP1 penis.
Has Sunder.
Anal penetration 1.
Yep, that's it.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, you keep them away from my sisters, all right?
I don't think
He's already been to visit them. Don't worry.
Yeah,
That's
right.
how he is.
He's impregnated all your sisters already.
Speaking of,
They dream
militia,
about it.
I was on the.
the thing's got wrecker.
He's got record. His siege drill. Yeah, the guy's impressive. Like, you have no idea. Like,
I don't even know.
You guys,
we don't even know.
have you guys seen Anvil Industries lately?
No.
No.
They're based over in the UK. They do like a line of like 28 millimeter like militia figures. I was fucking around on their website and they've got like this dress uniform line, and they've got one on like this splash page, painted up like he's in the fucking Continental Army from the Revolutionary War, carried a big ass hatchet and a fucking AR-15.
Yes. See that guy?
Fucking awesome as hell.
That guy was made to lead men. You know what I'm saying? Like shit.
Well, I had to order a 5-man squad just because of that one figure. So I'm like, fuck. I guess I'm starting a militia allied detachment at least.
Hell yeah. You will be jealous when you see old Boris's big black dong. Because I think I'm gonna model him as a black man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Just out of respect.
Yeah, just out of respect. I mean, it's like one of those things where can we bring this guy up, bro? Can we bring him up? I mean, you want to keep him under wraps, or can we bring him up, Michael?
Give me a minute.
You gonna bring him?
It's not Twitch, dude. They're not going to shut us down or whatever.
Yeah. No, I just want the initial impression when he rolls out on the battlefield. You know?
Yeah. Give me a minute. Y'all talk among. Keep talking.
Yeah, we'll keep talking. Yeah. I mean, my brother. I don't know how he finds shit like this. Like his search engine has got to be just like horrible.
I find the dicks.
He finds the dicks. When it comes to finding dicks, no one can compare to my bro. Like he was like,
dude, I will tell you right now, if you ever need some random fucking model found, like a specific model, fucking John Christensen in the Patreon chat, man.
Oh yeah,
John.
That boy can find some fucking models, man.
Who is it?
John Christensen.
Oh,
Christensen, man.
Yeah, I'll be like, John, find me the largest penis on any model ever created. Yeah.
He's like, well, I think the Catachan Heavy Bolter guy over here was probably the biggest one that GW ever released.
The Sly Marbo?
Forge World.
The Sly Marbo.
Well, Forge World you pay a little extra, but you're getting a bigger dick.
Yeah, right. Much bigger.
This has been known.
I'd go over 20 quid for that.
You even know what a quid is, Josh?
I don't know.
You know that thing that flies around?
You can totally tell. As soon as it came out of Josh's mouth, he went, God, I hope nobody calls me out on that.
I saw it. Leonard Nimoy fought it in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, right?
I like to think that was.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
That's Captain Nemo.
Whatever. They're all Vulcans.
Fucking Spock in the Nautilus.
Calm down.
Oh my God, dude, I'm crying. Thank you for making that moment happen. That was delightful.
That was amazing.
Loady.
We don't need to talk about that crazy foreign currency. We broke the shackles of that.
Yeah. For anyone that needs to know, a quid is about $3.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you better get used to it. You're using our currency now. It's worthless compared to what you're used to.
Ours is about 1/3 that. It's going to be at least 3 times as big. What is this?
Yeah, you've only got 1 quid. I got $3 whole.
Yeah, right.
That's how it works.
It's like, I should be making 3 times what I'm making. What the fuck?
Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah.
I will tell you, it was weird though. Whenever I've been to England, you know, like tipping.
Yeah, we don't really do it.
Well, no, exactly. And the first time when I got over there, no one had told me that. And so I was trying to tip everywhere because that's just kind of what you do here. Is everyone expects a tip? It's just kind of the thing. Otherwise, they don't get paid. But yeah, so I'm tipping though, and then they're saying, "Well, yeah, that coin's worth $3 or whatever." And I was like, "That's so weird. I'm giving them 1 coin, but it's worth." I don't know. There's a little bit of a disconnect.
Right? They weren't that good, you know.
So the thing is, I don't know when you last went to England. So we didn't used to tip. Tipping wasn't really a thing, but it kind of is now.
Yeah.
But what England have now done is they just add it to your bill without even fucking asking. So
yeah.
Oh man.
Some places here do that too.
It's such bullshit.
Except there's usually a disclaimer like 15% gratuity will be automatically added to tickets over.
Oh, it definitely.
Parties of 8 or more or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a disclaimer, but it's just normal now. Like if you go to England, pretty much anywhere will charge you 12.5% service.
12.5%.
Yeah, and you ask my wife, she's like, English service is bullshit compared to American service. So how dare they?
Yeah, like there's some waitresses out there that take you in the back and
I don't think that's what he's talking about.
I'd go with 15% for that.
I'm pretty sure
Not,
that's
not anywhere where you want them to do that, Josh.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, when is the bad time for that? I don't know. I mean, really?
There's some terrible places in England where you do not want that to happen.
I saw
I've seen Snatch.
I saw Obi-Wan Kenobi crawl out of a toilet in one of those movies.
What?
Trainspotting, come on.
Come on, man. Stay with us. Thanks,
I'm
bro.
with you, bro.
Thanks, bro. Thanks,
I
bro.
got you.
Okay, yeah. That's a good one. I
It's
missed
opium suppositories.
Don't feel bad. I missed that too.
You're too young for that. You're too young for that.
I blanked out that Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Little big one, Kenobi.
He's going to be in the new one.
Okay, I can't. I tried to present it, but I could just like show y'all the like.
Here, let me present it.
All right, present Zach.
All right, there you go.
You got it?
Next, see what everybody else does.
I have to.
Holy shit.
So big on the screen.
Let's see that glorious. Show that beautiful bean footage.
It's got a
Uncut, baby.
Yeah, it's got it in a metric system on the right there. So
Like,
for you
How
guys,
many
I think.
millimeters is that?
Oh, okay. I thought that's what threw me off. I thought that was inches.
Can you translate that for us, Jamie?
Oh shit! What?
James,
Can I translate that for you?
yeah, the metric.
Does he have two
Oh,
hands
that
that are
should translate the
doing
dick.
this?
I was like, well,
The metric
Yeah.
Like, what is that in inches, James? I mean, because like,
Are
It
those
looks like
Yeah,
about
look, he can go like this.
look at the units
you
on that
didn't
guy.
notice it.
Check it.
Just
Check
in
it out.
case you missed it.
Look at those pecs. Such
Holy
definition.
shit.
Like, what the
I will just tell you that modeler is like
He's gonna make a
Zach had
fortune.
pointed,
He's a millionaire right now.
He's a-
Such a
level of
visionary.
detail-
Such a
level of
visionary.
detail put into that. Just can't imagine.
That's what I would. Sorry,
It's
dude.
that with custode helmets on it.
And that's not even like
When we
Kingdom
think of
Death
that.
classy either. Like that's just
No, it's
straight up.
that's right. Straight up.
one big.
Hey, you, over here, right here.
Little penis.
You look at my dick when I'm talking to you, boy.
So glorious.
Oh,
tell me, you pull up to Adepticon, you got your army all freshly painted, smells good, like, sealer.
Smells good.
You're giving it a little
I have never thought about how my army's gonna smell. That's a good idea.
And your opponent whips out Boris with his donger. Like, what goes through your mind there? I mean, like, you're intimidated, right? Like, you're like, oh my god, what if he puts it in me? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a concern.
Oh yeah, I can see this happening.
It actually fits pretty perfect because we're, our warlord's like got no war gear at all. So this guy's like rocking.
You don't beef up a militia.
What's your force commander armed with?
Nothing.
Right here.
It's coming at you.
You've got a single close combat weapon.
It's a Thompson's bolt
What's
pistol.
that bullshit piece of war gear that Josh always uses? The
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 teleporter.
displacer
Oh,
matrix.
The display.
the
Oh,
displacer
fucking- what
matrix.
a
Like,
load of
one
shit.
displacer matrix.
He
Fucking
just does the helicopter.
I got your displacer right here.
He's armed with a 10-pound Texas dirt snake.
dude, you need to model a little baby like
Arm.
bunny rabbit backpack on him that has his displacer matrix.
Like a drawstring bag.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that guy needs
He's
some
carrying,
confidence.
he's carrying the fall edition. He's like Prada. Oh shit!
He's like, whoa, things are getting a little spicy, guys. I'm out of this bitch.
Josh, the first time you pulled that out, I didn't think it was a thing. I was like, you gotta be making that up.
What? Oh yeah, for real?
Really? You thought we joke about a penis of that magnitude?
No, the displacer.
Like some of the
Please don't
displacer
joke.
Oh, yeah, because it's such bullshit. It's such.
I
It is
know you don't
unbelievable.
joke about penises like that. I mean, let's talk about the displacer matrix.
Yeah, you don't joke about penises like that.
Place the Matrix is bullshit. It's the most bullshit thing in the game ever.
No explanation how to play it. It's like, oh yeah, dude, if he gets hit, then he gets the move.
No. He
No, I
gets
already
the
told you.
3-up invul first, and then
See, Zach knows
dead.
it.
No, he's not. He's not really dead. He's just gonna.
Zach
be
knows it. Zach knows what's
somewhere
up.
else.
He appreciates the
Yeah,
Spacer
but they don't
Matrix.
explain what happens if he gets insta killed. They don't explain what happens if you shoot him with something straight 6. And then it's like the only time he could die is if you roll a 2 or you know.
2. That's it. Just not a 1.
Come on.
Not a 2-up. A 2.
And then if you roll a 1 and it's insta kill, does he die
No.
or does he get displaced?
He's
Nobody knows.
displaced.
Nobody knows. Yeah.
Hey, where are my keys? I'm sorry, honey. They got displaced. You don't see my keys? No.
They must have fallen out of my pocket when I got displaced.
I displaced my
Oh,
keys.
honey,
I mean,
I found the
I am naked.
keys right here.
So I don't even know if you can get the key ring around that.
You should give him a medal. Just like pin a medal to his like pack.
to his ball sack.
No, pin to the tip of
He's
his
just got like.
Dude, look at that
jabbed into his
I think
chest.
he's already got a medal on his balls.
I won this in the Second Forensian War. God, I wish I could just have like a whole troop, like a whole squad of naked dudes to be his like entourage, right? just balls out. Like, I'll tell you what, like, there's a movie called The History of Violence, horrible Viggo Mortensen movie. I think the worst movie I think I've ever
Oh,
seen.
it was so bad.
It was so bad. And there's a scene in there where he fights a dude in the buff, like, I mean, totally naked. Like, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
and it was like knife fight too. It wasn't like just like, like he could have seriously had his penis sliced off. I mean, there was a part in the movie that, there was fear of that. But horrible movie, horrible, just horrible.
Same thing in Red Heat.
But I mean, could you imagine fighting a naked dude? Like, I mean, I would be off my game. Nobody wants to fight the naked dude. Like, I mean, that is like intimidating. Like, his balls are on me.
Dude, that's my go-to to getting out of fight.
Yeah, that's how I used to get out of fights. I just get naked and be like,
That's it.
"Fucking come on!"
Come at me, bro.
Some asshole comes
Come
at you
on,
and you
then.
start shedding clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Randy.
Y'all mentioned that movie Eastern Promises. That's got a pretty brutal naked fight in it also.
Why is it always got to be
That's
some
a good
Russian
movie.
shit?
Dude, I'm telling you, Red Heat with Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
the first scene in the movie is they're in that bathhouse and they start
Yep.
fighting naked dudes.
Yep. Then Jim Belushi comes
It's a real
out.
problem.
Dude, what a shitty movie that was, but I have it on DVD.
What? Red Heat's a classic, man. It's up there. It's better than Cobra. But
Is it better than Cobra? Like,
Oh,
really?
God.
Like,
It's better than Cobra.
like, really?
I don't know about that one, dude.
One has
Yeah.
Brigitte Nielsen, one has Jim Belushi.
Brigitte,
or
and
Jim-
a
John Belushi.
50 Mercury. Let's not forget the Mercury.
Yeah, the Mercury
Mercury.
definitely pumps up Cobra.
Cobra. Yeah.
Do you remember what his license plate said in it?
Shit.
What? Oh shit! Now I'm like catching a blank.
God damn it! I don't want to have to get that one out of my collection to watch it.
Awesome 50.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome fit. Yeah, there you go, pretty.
Has the nitrous button?
Dude,
That was a slick car.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
love it.
until they destroyed it. The freaking assholes.
Such a bad.
Hey, 50th anniversary of Bullet.
Bullet.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
Did you see
God,
the-
Bullet.
did you see the new
Definitely.
Mustang?
Oh, yeah. It got me erect.
The
Steve
Bullet
McQueen.
car. Best freaking car chase ever. Freaking
Yep.
70 Charger. You know that Charger would on the straightaway would have eaten that Mustang
Oh yeah.
all day long.
Oh,
But
jeez. Here
It was it was the
Here
curve.
come the excuses.
Yeah.
The fucking Mopar would have been the shit if it wasn't a fucking Dodge.
Hey,
Didn't roll.
hey,
The body was
Jake,
like
you take that back right now. Don't you dare talk bad about Dodge.
Like, aren't you from
I don't
Tennessee?
have to. They
Isn't it
do a
like
pretty
some
good
kind
job themselves.
Isn't it kind of sacrilegious?
I
when you
will
talk
take
about diet?
Josh's cestus and shove it up your ass.
There you go. Thank you. Oh, the gauntlet has been thrown.
You know, the Dodge probably could outrun the Mustang if the tranny hadn't have fallen out of it like it does out every other Dodge.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, from 94 up,
Hey,
like every other
hey,
Ford.
my training's doing fine. It's the head gasket that's the problem.
Just put a little extra. Oh, jeez.
By
Can't
the way,
we all
that
just
thing's-
get
that
along?
thing's still going strong. I haven't had any issues since the fucking shop said that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
George, you're a Mopar guy? Is this something I'm just learning?
we can't
I
be.
think we've discussed this
I couldn't bear it
before.
if we couldn't be friends.
I drive an 06 Durango, and my wife's got a 2010 Charger.
I guess that answers the old question.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes, we got a Mopar guy, we got a Ford guy, we got a Chevy guy.
Yeah, I'm Chevy. Chevy till you die.
Yeah.
El Camino. El Camino is my
Who is
poison.
that that's cranking one out to the camera? Is that the Bulldog again?
No, actually, no Bulldogs are in the room at the moment.
That was my bulldog.
That's a baby. Oh,
That was,
The
that was
Tyson.
my bulldog.
Tyson. That
I'm a
Tyson.
Ford, just so you know, English
Attaboy.
Ford.
Oh no, English Fords are like midgets.
No,
or
no.
something. They're like
I mean-
MGs or some shit like that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
like-
I'm English, but I've got an American Ford.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Hey, Josh,
Are you from the north or from the
GT40?
south? Oh,
I'm
go
in
ahead.
the middle, right in the middle.
look at this picture.
Send me a picture.
Yeah, I'm presenting it to everybody.
This lady got after him.
It must be your first day on the internet.
Dude, have you seen stores like locking
Can't
up
read
the
the rest. It
tripods?
says, "Welcome to the Thunderdome, motherfucker."
Yeah, how did that even start? How did kids decide?
Hey,
Okay,
you have a good idea?
it was a thing that happened briefly where basically it looks like a big ass gusher. So some kids didn't know what they were doing. Like young children were like oh, okay, cool. Started putting warning labels on it, and then that was that. Well, then the internet started making jokes about like depressive, like suicidal, like, oh haha, fucking kill myself pods. And then it was actually pretty funny for a while. But then people started to think it was real. Like people are actually like eating Tide Pods.
Hey,
And
this
so
is a
people are
challenge.
freaking out.
This is the challenge. This is a new
So this
challenge.
has been going on for more than like a couple of weeks because it only came into my consciousness like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I've seen some pretty dumb challenges too. You know, like I mean, like let's set myself on fire in the bathtub. Have you seen that one? like what? Or let's down like 3 Carolina Reapers and then follow it with like a 5th of Fireball. Yeah, like on what freaking planet does this sound like a good idea? You know, like it don't. Oh,
What made someone think the cinnamon challenge was a good idea?
Yeah.
I don't know.
like
It
once you see
fucking
that,
hurts.
once you see that, you're like, oh yeah, I got to do that. You know, it's like no.
What was the cinnamon
Yeah,
challenge? I
but
didn't
then
see
you
that.
do it and you realize about 10 seconds in, this was a fucking stupid idea.
Well, no, the thought is you see that, you go, oh, I know somebody I can get to do that.
Is that what it is? Like you can find some dumbass to fucking do it.
What about the person that does it on their own volition without anyone goading them?
Right, alone with the camera off. Damn, I should have
Yeah.
recorded that. Me being super stupid.
People will think this funny and they'll want to hang out with me.
I
No,
can
I
see that,
seriously-
like the guy that like strapped all the freaking for black cats to his body in the snow and freaking lit him off. Like, what the hell was that guy thinking? Oh yeah,
No,
I think I know exactly what he was thinking. I'm gonna strap a bunch of black cats in my body and set them off in the snow. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Steve-O's gonna love this. I love Steve-O.
Yeah, when you're taking advice from a guy that eats light bulbs, there's something's going wrong in your life.
I've actually tried the cinnamon challenge, and it,
Are you gonna
Yeah,
admit
no.
this? Are you gonna admit this, George?
This
George,
is a
really?
bad admission.
just
Yeah,
let me
stop
let me-
right now.
let-
Stop right
It's not a
now,
good
Let me tell the
George.
story. Let me tell the
Oh.
story.
God
So
damn it.
I start doing it, and I'm just like, instantly, it just sucks all the moisture out of your mouth. So what I'm trying to do is,
I had a
just,
girl like that once.
Zing.
Hey-o.
hey baby, can I show you my ass ram?
I got some cinnamon over here. Yeah.
Can Kimball's still trying to get us to put our
continue,
balls
George.
on our
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Get the Fort Worth spray.
I'm trying to grind it into a fucking paste, and then I made the mistake of trying to breathe in through my mouth, and then my entire throat just started to burn, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I run out onto the porch, and my older brother was watching me, and he said, just the look on my face as soon as I breathed in was priceless, and then I coughed, and just this giant poof of cinnamon came out in the air.
Did you just suck off what is the guy's name? The freaking mummy. Omnipet.
Emotep.
Emotep. You just suck off Emotep. That's what if I could remember the name, that's would have been my response. Did you just suck off Emotep? Oh, jeez.
So speaking of about some woman getting all outraged, did you guys happen to see that post that Macca from the Outer Circle did just a couple of days ago about that girl on like the fucking 40K for grown-ups page?
Yes.
And how he posted that, and then people just started fucking losing their shit.
Wait, what happened?
I'm unaware of any of what's talked about.
Yeah, I don't know what post you're talking about, but I'm interested.
Okay, so there was this post made on the 40K for Grown-Ups Facebook page. I'm not on it. I just saw the fallout from it.
Oh, come on, own it.
Holding a model, and she's wearing like a low-cut shirt. And then there's, it's two pictures right next to each other. And then there's one of this miniature that she painted. And it's just some captions like, oh, I just started doing it and I love it. It's so much fun. The thing's got like 800 likes or some crazy shit like that. And so Macca from the Outer Circle down at Straya put up this post, and he's, in his usual, cantankerous self. I mean, it's just people obviously don't know him, but he put up some post, and it was like, I've seen people like Andy Wardle and fucking Matt Cain and shit, stuff on it doesn't even get 100 likes. And they're like, they're not liking this model. They're liking it because it's a girl and blah, blah, blah.
Boobs. That's why I would like it. Boobs.
Yeah. And I didn't see it until somebody posted it in my local wargaming group.
Own it. Just own it. It's okay. This is a safe space.
You can talk about sucking down cinnamon.
You could say yeah. How was her rack? Like, I'm waiting to see how were the goods.
That was the goods.
Like, I know this is gonna be like. I know it's gonna be like some kind of you're shaming her in some way.
Is this like the time you saw that chick at Full House and she if she saw you?
Okay,
it's okay, dude. We're not worried about your microaggressions, bro. It's okay.
Here, hang on. I'm gonna present.
I don't know if you can see it very well.
I'm presenting Amy, so hang on.
Yeah,
all right, present it.
Hold on. I can't. I need.
Put your hand behind it. That'll help focus
it. There's too much glare. Back up a little bit.
Yeah,
she's redhead. I like the
tilt it up.
God damn
that's a man, baby. That's a man. Michael,
zoom in.
Michael.
I didn't even see the joke.
Oh wait.
Enhance.
Hold on.
Send it to Michael.
Michael,
we're
really not this low tech, Michael, since you've been gone. Please come back.
We've actually regressed.
Y'all are fucking dealing with.
And this is a good night.
Please come back, Michael. We don't know
Michael
what we're
jumps
doing.
back on. The production quality just skyrockets.
Okay, let's
oh shit. Please, Michael, come back. RIT sucks. We don't know what we're doing.
I'll get it.
God damn it! How do I fucking sucking?
It'll be like 1080p. Like when Michael gets it, he's like, "Oh yeah." It's like she's actually moving.
Yeah, George, just send it to the Wolf Lair with absolutely no commentary or any reason.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh.
Okay, there you go.
All right, yeah, just pop up so Michael can do his thing.
Okay, so
I gotta get a look at these warlocks.
Warlocks, if you will.
All right, so I want to read this one post that Don says that one of the guys in my local group, I've actually known for probably probably like 15 years.
Wait, so you know the girl that posted this?
No, I know this is the comment that some guy made in the local group when somebody else got all outraged about this post. And it just ends in, I will just how impressed I am can and maintain defeat Aka from the outer circle. So, okay, that's what was posted. And you can see it's got 840 likes, 207 comments.
There she is. You can barely see her boobs. I don't see no boobs.
Yeah, she's no Warhammer Angie.
What's that shit on her head? Like the chick that works at gold mines way hotter than that.
So
yeah,
oh, that shit.
Okay, so I'll pull up his post and what he said.
It's because she's obtainable, though. Like
unobtainium. It's like unobtainium.
I mean, it's a good-looking model.
Shut up, Derek. Shut up. Shut up.
Did you even see it? Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, you can. Hold on.
There was a model there.
Okay, so here's the post from the outer circle. Let's play a game. How many likes?
Wait, that's her first model?
Hobby.
Is that plague? Is that plaguey shit? Yeah, it's not bad.
It's a 40K death card.
I mean, it's 40K, so fuck off and die. But
the boobs are good.
Well, you're hating, dude. No hate.
All I see here are a bunch of likes for the person, not the work. Right now, about 800 of those men are thinking, notice
talk some shit.
If I like her work, blah blah blah. I have seen some of the greatest work created by some of the greatest painters posted on that page and struggle to hit 200 likes. People like Ben Comets, Andy Wardle, etc. Here comes a woman, and because woman, attention is lavished. If there is sexism in the hobby, this is where it really lies.
This guy calls women "milady." Fuck.
With a fedora.
He's one of those with a fedora on.
Yeah.
Milady.
Please sit on my face.
How much does that jacket cost in the Matrix?
I mean, in all fairness, that is a pretty nicely painted model.
Yeah, that's very nicely painted model.
It was nowhere near that.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, but I was like 11, I think. I think I get some credit. I think I get a freebie.
You're right.
Get a pass.
The boobs could have been better.
I didn't see. I missed the boobs. Like, can I see it? Can I see?
You didn't miss much.
Can you go back to her? Can you go back to her?
Enhance.
I just picture that Michael's doing like the Minority Report over there in his room. Can't see it right now.
I've been over that. That's exactly what it is.
Enhance. You know, she's got a huge ass. You know, it's all top. It's all top. You notice you're not seeing anything from the bottom, the waist down. Like I went to this Smashing Pumpkins concert, like when and this little girl comes up to me. She goes, "Will you put me on your shoulders?" I said, "Sure, honey." You know, because I'm sexist like that. Sure, honey. And and she climbs on, and I didn't realize this because from the waist up she looked normal size, but from like the waist down, I think Oak Ridge Boys made fat bottom girls just for this blog. You know,
Oak Ridge Boys
or whatever. The ones that sing Elvira. What? Whatever.
Sounds like a fucking story.
Josh is just being choked. I can't believe the thighs are choking me.
Whatever. I'm not all country like you fucking Tennesseans. Fucking
Fat bottom girls is queen.
Whatever.
That's not country at all.
That's like the opposite of country.
Whatever. You know where I'm going with this. Yeah. So
you got her fat bottom up on your shoulder.
Oh yeah, I get her up there, right? And like it's that. I think it was like today is the great, and it's like all mellow and shit. And she's like, "All right, everything's cool." And then it kicks off, like the hook drops, and she just starts back and forth in it, right in my face. I'm straight up headbutting the guy in front of me, you know, because that ass is just throwing my head forward at like a velocity that just shouldn't be fathomed, you know. And yeah. So a bad time was had by all, you know.
Did you drop her?
She was all right.
She was all right.
Well, I didn't drop her. but I should have, like like a bad habit, like a 4-day pack of open smokes, shit. Oh yeah. I'm just telling you, man. Yeah, false advertising.
I guess the moral of the story is if you don't want people talking about how you look, maybe you should post models of your models, not your selfies.
Or maybe you should show the whole package, right? Her ass is, or more boobs, yeah. Then there's no confusion. Hey, the boobs got the likes. Yeah.
Well, the thing was, he's saying that how many likes is because she was a girl. And
sure. I'll tell you what.
Do you disagree? Do you disagree, George?
Not necessarily.
Back in.
Oh, come on, commit to one or the other. Come on, commit.
I would have my wife now. She was my girlfriend. I would have her come in to the dork store mid-match, and my opponent would get all frazzled, and I'm like,
yeah,
I hit that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Zach still doesn't.
At Stiff 3, we put Wendy selling those raffle tickets or whatever, and she sold the shit out of raffle tickets.
And hey, I'll own it. Shit, sex sells, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the way of the world, man. It's just how it is.
You can't be upset at that.
I have a hard time believing that was somebody's first painted miniature ever.
Honestly,
George, it's not about whether it was the first painted model, George.
Yeah.
Let's not try and blur the point.
That's why I'm saying I don't think it was the quality of the artwork that actually got all the likes.
I don't even think she painted it. I think they said, "Hold this."
It definitely wasn't. It was the fact that she put a picture of herself. 100%.
Hold this. That's how
I put pictures of myself all over social media. No one likes it.
Yeah, your boobs are probably
James
better
got a
than
point.
too.
James got a really good point.
Josh,
when's the last time you've ever posted a picture of yourself with your model?
This is challenge accepted. Challenge.
That's a very good question.
I'm gonna pose with Boris, the naked dude.
This is gonna be RFI trend.
We should start posting our sexiest model picture.
Are we finally gonna make a calendar?
To see who can get the most likes.
Bussy, you're on this. You're on.
I'm in.
I'm in for this. I'm in for this.
I'm taking my shirt off, right? I'll take my shirt off. Take a picture.
I'm going to nestle.
Wait. We need some ground rules. We need some ground rules. Are you allowed to go topless?
Can we go full Monty? That's what we need to know. Can we go full Monty?
Yeah.
I don't think we can go topless.
I don't think we can go topless.
I got mine right here.
It's got to be a level playing field.
Last time my testicles were on the internet, we got shut down and we lost so much footage.
Yeah, there are the Facebook guidelines of
You know that.
Okay,
sorry,
guys.
Right. I know Monty was super disappointed. That's when he stopped.
Yeah, we got so chided. We got so chided for that, bro. It was I was like, Derek, just zoom in on the sack. Just zoom in on the sack. And Derek was like, I can't. And I was like, please, Derek, just zoom in on the sack. You have one job.
They're gonna take our Twitch down. And then Josh just grabs me by the shoulders, lifts me up and just puts me to the side and gets on the camera, zooms in, and then forgets how he zoomed in. He's like, all right, how do I zoom out?
How do I pan over? And it was like nuts.
It was supposed to be a subtle thing where he was gonna have his nut out and have his shirt over.
Classy, I think.
And he was gonna yawn and stretch. And he was gonna pull his shirt up, and then his nut was gonna be just barely in frame.
It would have been so much funnier if it was subtle. If it was an Easter egg.
Twitch channel with
you guys fucking blew that shit.
Derek could just freaking operate the camera like he was paid to. We wouldn't have had a fucking problem.
Who told you I was paid?
Well, you now know why you didn't get paid, right?
You were paid an appreciation, Derek.
You were paid.
I don't get appreciation.
You were paid to zoom in on the sack, and you failed. You let us all down, Derek.
These mortars, these 40k mortars.
Yeah.
They made the traps this week.
Made the traps.
What the shit is that?
That's a what?
Oh, nice. Those are mortars.
Hey, you haven't seen these boys?
No. What is that?
Right now.
Okay, so check
all
this
you
out.
need is movement trays for those things to make me go full trigger.
That's lazy. Lazy.
Okay, they should have put them on
lazy heresy.
They should have put them on clear bases.
Full trigger.
Lazy heresy.
So where the clear bases at? This made the trap. If you go to the drop pod on Facebook, a 40K tournament, and these are
Yeah.
That,
I think we
Hero
lost him.
that they are.
What is that?
I don't see the problem here.
killer missiles, but
Yeah, those are Rhino Hunter killer missiles.
It's somebody
What's-
at Mortar Team.
What's with the Mana Core top? What is that
that's the
supposed to
mana
be?
core battery. It's supposed to be a battery.
Laser
So wait, so
spike.
Are you kidding me?
that's
put
mortar teams, Primaris Marines, and a Manticore top. Is that what I'm supposed to be seeing?
So, yeah, if you didn't know, in 8th edition 40K, mortar
Not the-
team, Imperial Guard mortar teams are actually pretty good. So people try and squeeze them in their army, and like this is the laziest way that somebody managed
Mother
to
of
squeeze it into
God.
his army.
At least they're
Wow.
painted.
But wait, there's more, boys.
I like those
There's-
bases. I like those bases. He's got the crinkle.
Hold on, wait for it. Gun team.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
It's so real.
What is going on in 40K?
Mother of
Jesus.
God.
What is that?
Is that
That's
OSL?
He took a shotgun and glued it on the end of a las gun and then painted it blue.
Is that Photoshop? Hey,
No,
here's
no,
a say.
these
Are
this
those
is
models
Elysian.
painted? Are those considered painted? Is
This
that the
is-
Snow
this
Brigade?
is Elysian plasma gun team.
Oh, those are Elysians. Oh, well,
Oh
They're,
yeah.
they're in
that's-
their
that
hot
changes
armor.
everything.
That's how you spend more time on the base than you do the fucking model. Like that's fucking. This guy put some work into his
The base-
bases.
I don't even have words for that.
I'm just trying to figure out the theme he was going for here. He's got the lava land, then the
And the
Hoth
white uniforms.
uniforms.
Dude, Samson needs to give this guy a call and get some tips. That's classy.
That is real, man. That is
OSL is on point.
El plasma gun.
Hey Zach, we shouldn't have bothered going to Samson's room for the OSL little tutorial he gave. We could
Oh, this
Yeah,
guy.
this is all you need.
Just hit it with a rattle can like this guy did.
Yeah.
Mother
Yeah,
of
this
God.
is-
shameful.
It's like they don't even try.
You know,
it's like they're going out of their way to just be shitty.
Yeah.
Well,
To the
but that's-
bottom.
You
that's
hold
what
up,
happened.
you hold the brush up to your asshole, and then you fart and with your mouth. Just blow the blue on it. That's all I'm calling.
Once you make it like to where for hyper competitive environments where like changes weekly and you have to keep up with that meta and like this week mortars are good and plasma gun squads are good tournament the next week like so there's three things
Balls
wrong with
across
this
the
dude's army.
nose.
Like he had the mortar teams that you saw, he had this plasma gun team that you saw, and he also had a that he did not change over. He played them as fire raptors.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let me get the picture for you.
Multiple fire raptor.
And you know what's bad is that like the way that they're doing the rules now where they change, after every single event, they errata. You would think that'd be a good thing to help fight the meta. But what it actually does is it encourages bullshit modeling like this.
It does, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh shit, where'd that thing go?
But also, man, like, here's the thing: like, not intentionally shit talking the TO of the tournament, but the TO did allow it. Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
That's
what are you doing?
Like that's not even a correct. Like he didn't even glue a plasma gun on the end of him. He
You're
glued,
not even trying. This
he,
is where
he
this is
glued
where
shotguns.
the Jean-Luc Picard meme would come in, like, or the
Oh,
Jackie
I would be
Chan-
so pissed off right there if I have my own fucking fire
Your
raptor.
own fire raptor.
I went out and bought a fucking fire raptor, and then some asshole shows up with storm ravens and says, "Oh no, bro, these are fire raptors."
I'd be like, get fucked. No, that is a fucking. I don't even know what a Storm Raven is, but it sure as hell ain't a
He's
fire.
got the kits on him. He does have that. He's got the kits to make them longer. Looks like.
Yeah, those chapter house kits.
Yeah.
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 He posted up like he posted up his response and he said that did not want to break the models because
Hey
he had
guys,
like
quit talking
another
about
event.
dicks. My wife is right here.
Oh God.
What's that?
So what? Censor? We have to censor ourselves.
Josh, put your shirt on.
Ask her what she thinks. Girl.
Damn it!
Showed her picture.
Yeah.
I'm still naked from the waist down. So
Are you posting with your models?
Don't stand up.
that's just how I.
So yeah. So, but yeah, this dude.
Oh Lord.
How about he just go get some fire raptors if he wants to play with a fire raptor?
I think I'm gonna
There's a
do.
novel idea.
I think I'm gonna
He
do.
didn't have time to wait for a fire raptor. to show
I'm
up.
gonna model this librarian, and he's gonna be like holding up my ball sack, like a demon is coming out of it at the end of it.
Penis first.
Penis first.
I
Yeah.
just don't even have words, man. Like that just like that's shitty.
You know what? You know what I do? Like, how about like I stretch my ball sack and then I press like a model's face through it, so it looks like, you know, like
Did you listen to the last R5?
I'm so in that. So if you guys must be aware of sack or shaft, right?
Sacco shaft? What is sacco shaft? But I like it.
So sack or shaft is.
I don't know what it is, but
I'll text you all a picture on the group chat, and you've got to guess whether it's my sack or shaft. But Josh has just invented a new one, right?
I love this game.
Now you've got to guess the model by pressing it through your sack.
That is a third edition metal Bostroyan.
Oh man, metal model.
This is huge. This is huge.
This
This
is
is fucking huge.
How do I get in this? I will press things through my sack all day. I mean, is that a pain blade? Oh, you better believe it.
And it needs
I'm
to
not
be
even
called
mad.
like
I'm impressed.
what can it be called? Surprise sack.
Surprise sack. Surprise my sack.
Surprise my sack once a week.
Surprise my
Push it
Great.
through.
Now we're all going to be getting pictures of Josh's sack.
Perils
We
of
have
the
to guess
screw.
what's behind it.
the screw.
Barrels of the screw.
Right. There it is.
That's
Tales for the
perfect.
scroll.
And you
perfect.
You
Derek,
start
you
off
do
with
have-
like medium pressure, and if no one gets it, then you have to push it a bit harder.
Oh, this is crazy. This is
Been raised.
Oh god,
What's
that's
love
like,
it.
What's going to end up happening is we're going to end up getting a picture of some pewter model with its sword inadvertently punctured through Josh's sack.
yeah.
What's gonna happen? He's gonna get that big old dick going right through his
no one guessed it. No one guessed it.
Yeah. I'm so in, by the way.
I knew I shouldn't have used
So,
Abaddon.
I'm so in for this.
Hey, anyone who can like,
I think Josh has already sent in pictures. I just gotta.
Yeah,
if you, I'm gonna
That
do a
was before he knew there
photo
was
he's trying,
of like.
Josh already knows what model he's gonna do. He's doing it
I'm
right
gonna,
now.
I'm gonna slide the mastodon on my
Me
dong,
too.
and I'm gonna and I'm gonna pose
No hands.
no
no hands.
hands.
everybody knows Josh is gonna do the Gorgon first.
Hashtag Mike.
Like it's eating
Hashtag
my
this is my
penis.
Gorgon.
This is
I
my-
think with this new game, Girls on the Screw, we finally reached the threshold that RFI can't be associated with us. Michael just
Did
disappeared.
Monty duck out? Did Monty leave? Monty's like, a prank caller, prank caller.
Wait, we still got Derek. He's all down for Perils of the Throat.
He invented it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's gonna happen is Derek's gonna be like, "So when are we recording again?" And just no response.
Yeah, guys. Sorry, Michael says I gotta go.
Get out now. Get out. Get out now.
All right, guys, I got a Vindicator laser destroyer. You want to see what it looks like?
Coming through the scrotum.
You can't show us before you put it through the scrotum.
Yeah, George, you've missed the point of the game, George. You've got to guess.
Talking during charades, man. Come on.
That's a Charybdis, a salt claw nestled around my herpes.
That's a warlord, but it's got the missile launcher shoulder pods.
I get to see one of this, like,
cannon, and is that the close combat arm? What the fuck?
I think you need to see a doctor. I don't think
No, the warlord hand is just wrapped around his sack.
I'm gonna put two close combat arms on the warlord and push it through my scrote. They ain't never gonna guess it. I throw them off for a loop.
Is that the Antioch claw?
Is that the Rock'em Sock'em warlord?
fire the earth claw.
Fire the SS claw.
Yes.
Those are my pubes. Those are my pubes.
All right. Well, I hope y'all. David Sampson says Batwing Mini. That's a good one.
Oh, geez.
Well, I think we've almost made it through George's hobby progress.
Yeah.
I hope everybody talks about Scroat because I think this is wrong for us.
Tune in next week. We'll hear what Derek's up to.
Oh, shit.
I'll be working on the same shit. Don't you worry.
Oh God. Yes, good stuff.
Yeah, fantastic. Perils of the Scroat. You heard it here first.
Tales of the Scroat. It's coming to
Come on.
That'll be the next 30K podcast.
I'm already calling it. I've already PM'd it.
Jamie, friend me on Facebook. Jamie,
Perils of the
How are
Scroat.
we already trending on Twitter?
And if you guess it, like in the first guess, you win it.
The Scroat.
So there's a level of gambling
Ooh.
involved.
For
right?
Pinks.
Oh,
Pinks,
yeah.
you know, ownership papers.
Yeah. We're doing it for pink slips, literally.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wait, so wait.
What
So,
do you win the
how do the
pink
girls
slip
play?
Labia.
We do
Tales
be-
from the lab.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, maybe.
Girls don't play. That's a myth. They don't even paint.
Yeah.
I swear to
Yeah,
God,
anytime-
it's something.
Anytime they paint and get a whole bunch of likes, everybody fucking berates them and shit.
Hey, we actually gained 3 viewers in the last 5 minutes. So there's something to this Perils of the Scroat, guys.
Tales from the Scroat. Tales of the Scroat. Is that a Bulgarian?
Is that a bullgrin, or are you just happy to see me?
All right, guys. There's a D6 behind my stack. Guess which number's showing?
So, Jamie, I don't know if we asked
Is that a rough
earlier. Are you going to Adepticon?
So I don't have a ticket, but I might head over just to see some of my friends that are coming in from England.
Awesome.
And us.
Well,
I was
and
gonna
you
say-
guys now.
Oh, yeah.
obviously. But I mean, I've never been. So I
Jamie's
guess
going.
question
I have to go.
to you guys: is it worth me going if I don't have a ticket? Am I
Yes.
going to be able?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'll play. You get to
Yeah.
play, and the pickup matches we're gonna have, it's gonna be glorious.
Yeah, it's well worth going to drink and hang out and play some pickup games.
It's a damn shame you're not between us and Indiana because there's things afoot. Like
Yeah, we'd come pick you up for sure.
come pick you up.
So I mean, I got some questions actually for you guys. So I'm trying to find new heresy friends, and there's a pretty good group in Seattle, so I'm kind of in good hands here. But
Yeah.
I'm going to travel and see George and things like that. But what's the scene like here? Like, do you have? So coming from England this year, I just played I think 5 events that were weekend long. Is there much of a heresy event scene here that's outside of the big things? Like, how's it work?
Yeah.
The fucked up thing
is-
is we're just a lot bigger. You know, everything is so spread out. Like you're in the armpit.
Hey,
If you
Derek,
will,
hold on. No, you're not. Hey, Derek, is Sam still over there in Seattle?
That's right, Sam.
He's in Tacoma, I think.
Yeah, I think he's in.
He got his own store. He got his own Games Workshop, right, or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh wow.
So,
Yeah,
Do you
he's-
know, or are you just saying yeah? And looking
No.
down?
I mean, so like for me, I decided I know I've got to travel, right? So in England, like English people, if somebody says, "Oh, where are you going?" and you go, "Oh, I'm going to over here," and if it's more than 2-hour drive, everyone's like, "Ooh, where are you going to stay?" And have you got a hotel? And I think the one thing I'm kind of getting ready for or adjusting to is, 5-hour drive, play a game, 5-hour drive back is normal.
Yeah, see, we live in Texas. We drove 6 hours to Dallas, and we're still in Texas. So
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
you wake
Hey,
up in the morning,
hey,
drive all fucking
Hey.
day.
If you drive 6
No,
hours, in
Jamie,
England, you're in the city.
Jamie, hook up with
Sam.
with Porter in Northwest
Porter?
Vox. He's on the Northwest Vox podcast.
Okay, I'll do that.
What's his first name?
Rob Porter.
Rob Porter.
The
Yeah,
knob polishing captain.
yeah, he's originally from that area, and then now he's in Alaska. He runs like a truck driving kind of company or whatever. Does some shit,
Alaska.
but he's up in Alaska now. But he had a podcast called the Wolfkin Podcast that was out of Seattle, and so he was kind of tuned into the scene up there.
Finger
I
on the
actually just
pulse.
played. I actually just.
Hey, so-
am I supposed to say finger on the pulse? Because I don't think he still has his finger on the pulse. I just think he's tuned in.
So I guess more to answer Jamie's question. Yeah, there's a lot of events starting to become more popular. There's new events that are popping up, weekend long events. I know we're all heading out to Kansas in June for the Taking Up Pyrex, or Pyrex, however you say it, David Cummins event.
He says it Pyrrhix.
Pyrrhix.
I know that Nebraska is probably a little closer to you, like the Bug Eater and the Heresy in the Heartland with Sean Freed, who's over in Nebraska. It's kind of a little bit closer.
Yeah, Music City Heresy. There's an event coming up.
And
I think in May.
Always Canada.
Yeah, it's mid-May.
Where's the best place to find out about all the events? Would you say for a new guy into the country?
So, as far as Facebook goes, most of the big Facebook pages get all of the stuff shared around. I know the page we're all on, South Texas Horse Heresy. Most of the events pop up there. RFI, Ready for Esteban page shares them. Forgotten Legion page shares them.
Michigan GT.
I'll send you some invites to some of those pages, Jamie.
Yeah, that would be cool. And typically, like, so, because I did 5 events in the UK this year, and it was cool. It was my first year where I decided to sort of just go and do events, because previously I just played with my local gaming crew, which was rare. I played with my penis as well. And the events were fucking really good fun. Like the narrative stuff, especially, was really cool. But you know, is there much in the way of weekend events? And what's the kind of costs like? Most people are traveling, and
so as far as like the cost to attend the actual event, most of them you're looking $40 to $60 for the weekend.
Plus a
ticket
hotel.
gets you in. Then you factor in travel and hotel and food.
Definitely have the Heresy camp. Plan on it. It'll be the best time. What is it? West of the Mason-Dixon line? South, east. What is it? Whatever.
South. Stupid.
Yeah, generally that's what you're looking at. $40 to $60
Cool.
Gets you usually 2 days of gaming. Most of the events now are running like a Friday night and a Saturday, or a Saturday and a Sunday.
I wouldn't say so. I would say most of the events are a single day.
Well, if you go to like what Lone Star Legion's doing, they're doing single day. But you go to the events we were just talking about, Music City Heresy's 2 days. Sean's event is 2 days.
And how big are they? How many people are you getting to these events?
Well, just for example, okay, so Music City Heresy, which is David Sampson and Joe Kirkus and a couple of guys in Nashville are running. I would call that an average, like a regional size event. And I think right now there's 30 tickets and half of them are already sold.
Oh, cool.
So, and it's, I think, $45 to enter, plus, $100 a night for a hotel or whatever. So
That's
you split that with the 2 or 3 guys or whatever. And
yeah,
but I would say that's a pretty average, like as not a GT level event, but if what we used to call, like an RTT, but like a 2-day kind of event.
Yeah.
I'd say 20 to 40 probably would be your number, and around $40 to $60, like Pretty said. Am I right in that, guys? Like,
yes.
Is that you guys?
Oh, yeah, sure. So.
Yeah. Events.
No, hit the nail on the head. It's exactly what it is.
And so are the events out here, are they kind of more tournament style, or are they narrative style?
Definitely narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the.
We say the tournament stuff for 40K.
Yeah.
Hey, he needs to talk to Teo and AJ, right? Because I don't know a lot about geography, but I know a little bit about my country, and I'm pretty sure that Seattle isn't too far from Canada, and they live like right there in that part of Canada, I think, and they've got events and stuff going on.
Yeah, the boys of the Golden Throne.
Yeah, those Golden Throne boys.
They're getting ready to run the narrative track at LVO. Like,
yeah, and they've got an event.
Yeah,
they've got an event coming up too in
Vegas, baby.
Sometime this summer, maybe, or late spring. I don't know. I can't remember. I was listening to the podcast while I was going through Hackleburg, and the reception was kind of bad, and so it kind of kicked it out. But
Awesome. That sounds cool, man. That sounds rad. I mean, the events in England have been picking up in size a lot this year, and it's selling out super quick, especially the narrative stuff.
Yeah, no, Tarsus sold out super fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say we haven't sold out an event in 3 minutes yet.
Yeah.
Real soon.
Which is kind of amazing considering Tom and Stu are shit-faced for the entire weekend. No, but those boys, they have a good event. They have a good event, and the guys from Greetings from the Warp as well. Those boys
from the Warp.
Yeah, that's
I haven't heard of that one.
That's a really good. They do a really good narrative event.
Is that a group or is it like a podcast or something?
It's just a group, just a bunch of dudes. They just do events all year. Their passion, I think, I would say, is heresy, but they do kind of a bit of Sigma and 40k of stuff as well. But they only do narrative. So there's always a pretty cool story. Loads of random shit going on across the boards. Tables and all the sceneries are really good. It's pretty much predominantly G-dub scenery, painted nice. So it's good, yeah. So those and Tarsus, I'd say, are probably the top narrative events I went to, certainly. The London Heresy was a bit shit, to be honest. It just felt a bit.
Wasn't that Greg Dan's event?
Yeah. It felt more like a tournament to me, and the scenery was pretty lame, and there wasn't, given the narrative that some of the other events have done, it just didn't feel like there was much narrative. So I
playing at the 30k channel, the event's gonna be shit.
Huh?
What?
Say that again.
You're used to playing at the Legion of Peterborough.
Yeah, I mean,
the Legion of Peterborough, everything else is shit in comparison.
I think that's probably fair. They've got some pretty amazing scenery at that club, and they're a good bunch of dudes. Whack as fuck though.
You played over there? You played over there at the Legion of Peterborough?
I went on the 30k channel, yeah, and I played a couple of times there. I did my Custodes army actually was on the 30k channel.
Oh, right. Nice. Is that like real rocks? I mean, does that stuff just move off? Does he just put a bunch of rocks on this shit? Or?
Yeah. So, Dave, he spends a lot of time setting the tables up. But the setup they've got there is pretty cool. So they've got about 2 units in like an industrial estate, and he's got just fucking everything is set up. It's like a nerd's heaven, that place, nerd dream. He's just having some boards commissioned as well, so I think the new scenery is going to be pretty sick.
Yeah, I like a lot of the stuff that he's been doing over there. And it's you see stuff like that. You go to some of the other stuff that's more like a 40k style table setup. It doesn't really hold a candle to it.
No, I think like for me the issue I had with the London one was, that MDF scenery that you can get, the sort of super cheap basic stuff, so like the kind of broken buildings. It was just that painted black, and I just was like, I think we paid 48 quid, Josh, which is like $800.
That's like 2,000 American dollars.
It is, yeah. You could buy 3 cars with it. No, just kidding.
4 cars.
4, yeah. And have
depends on
somebody
the car, but yeah.
drive them for you. So yeah, it just felt a bit like expensive because Tarsus was about the same. I went out.
You get a butler for that, goddamn.
Gibraltar. I have a butler. He's just over here.
How's he doing?
Damn it, Woodhouse.
He doesn't have a visa, so that's why he's not in shot.
Good call.
Yeah.
Trump
I
Wilson.
need to get a butler. Help me paint. Goddamn.
Yeah, butlers are important in England.
Well, somebody's got to get you dressed in the morning.
But task this, like Stu and Tom, they put a fuck ton of effort into getting their scenery for the one I went to last, and they were cool. It was good. They did a cool kind of little audio thing to go between rounds, which was fun. But yeah, I would say probably Greetings was my favorite from this year. Those boys did a good job. I've stole their mission pack, so I'm going to be reusing it.
Nice.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, we see a lot of good stuff coming from over there, and we've talked to Tom and Stu a few times. They were on the, of course, in the chat, but then also in the telethon that we do every year. So we've got to know them a little bit.
Heresy.
Yeah, 24 Hours of Heresy next year.
Oh shit!
So
when's that going to be?
What's that?
We don't know.
Yeah, it's too early for that. Freddie hadn't even said anything.
Yeah, come on, man.
Kind of his deal.
Yeah.
Is it for real? Is it for real? 24 straight hours?
Oh no, we're just talking shit.
I was about to say, I was like, hot damn.
We made it 8 hours. So I'm pretty impressed with that.
We did 24 hours. We're gonna host it around the world.
I did me and my guys that used to work for me at my old company, we were kind of into 40k, 30k, and we started a club at the company, and there was a games day, it was like board games for charity, and you played board games for 24 hours, and we did a 24-hour apocalypse game.
Oh wow.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Talk about going the distance.
Yeah. It was about 8 hours shorter than a normal apocalypse game, but it was
You take out all the consulting the rules and the bullshit, you can't do that.
I bet about hour 16, like the rules didn't even matter anymore.
No,
it was like, nah, fuck it.
Like
16,
like
we were
fucking-
shit-faced.
Put some deodorant on. Fuck.
Yeah. Shit-faced and high. And we were like, yeah, rules didn't matter at that point. It was fun, though. 24
What do you
hours.
mean this one guy makes all your militia leadership like fearless?
Yeah, one of my mates was running that, like,
What?
50 cultists with a dreadnought thing.
Oh yeah.
And it took me about 7 hours with Thunderwolves to kill him. It was fucking hilarious. It's like, I don't care anymore.
I think I see your butler rummaging around behind you.
Yeah, that's Gabe.
Your butler.
Hey, Gabe.
Yeah, the
Gabe,
Alfred.
come and say hi. Come here.
What's hi, Gabe?
Gabe, come on.
Does Gabe snort? We have a thing about snorting dogs here.
Here we go.
It's kind of a staple.
Oh,
Oh, look at it.
He's got a Pacific
Is he a Rhodesian?
Northwest trout. No, he's a Hungarian Vizsla.
oh, okay.
Come and say hi.
Really? That's a
Come-
thing?
Come and say hi. Who's that? Who's all
He's
that?
a Vizsla.
Look at that guy. Look at that guy.
Hungarian Vizsla, born in France, grew up in England, now lives in America.
Shit, yeah.
He's got an
world-
accent.
Living the dream.
I have.
That guy's
got-
got an accent.
He's got an accent. He's posh as fuck.
He's like pish posh, pish posh.
What are these Americans saying, Dad?
I can't understand them.
I can't understand them, Father.
I don't speak peasant.
So I've got a story about that, right? So, my wife is Japanese, but she lived in America for like 15 years, so she's got a full California style accent, right? And
Hold on. Let me stop you right there.
Oh, God.
I already know where Josh is going.
We all know where we're going with this, right? Does the vagina go like this? Does the pubic hair feel like?
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
every fucking time, dude.
Every time.
Every
got
time.
Wants to know. Pretty won't elaborate.
all you got to know is once you go Asian, you don't go back.
There you go. See, that's all I need to know.
That's all you need to
Something's
know.
weird. Something's funny going down there.
So she came over to England, and we got married in England, right? So we got married in the countryside, and we're driving down the road, and she suddenly goes, "Oh, look, there's all these peasants," and I was like, "What the fuck does she mean, peasants?" And what she meant was pheasants. There was
Oh.
pheasants running around, but for like 2 years she was calling them peasants. So she was telling her friends like, "Oh, we're gonna get married in this place, and there's peasants everywhere."
We're gonna wave at the peasantry as we drive
Yeah.
by.
We
That's
drove
the
past
most,
the road.
the
and
most
Jamie
British
nearly
thing
hit
that
a
could
peasant.
be.
I was like, fuck, don't tell
Just
people I
because
nearly
some
ran over
watery
a peasant.
tot threw you a knife.
Here and I will go out to the field to hunt the peasants.
I know, we're going to hunt some peasants. See, I told her that. She fucking lost her mind. She's like, you're not going to the Midwest. I was like, no.
I've got
Kind of
some
am.
peasant in my freezer right now.
I'm a quarter peasant on my mom's side.
Dude, I'm 100% peasant.
Hey, so
I identify as peasant.
do you know David Beckham? Does he really bend it?
That's when you know we're reaching the end.
I've been asked amazing questions by Americans because I'm English or they think I'm Australian, but no one has ever asked me that question.
Josh
Well,
aims to please.
I try to come up with new fresh material every day. Things keep me up at night.
It's harder than you think.
Oh, it's pretty hard. Wait till I press a dirt down through it.
I'm determined to get Josh overseas somewhere with a camera crew so we can just record everything that happens.
Yeah, we should just send Josh to like all these events.
Yeah, this is the third time Josh has been lynched in.
Let's see what country Josh can get kicked out of this week.
Yeah, do you have a passport, Josh? Do you have a passport?
No, nobody wants to give me one of those.
Have you been granted a passport? You strike me as somebody that the Americans don't want leaving the country.
Don't let them think they're all like you here.
Yeah.
Jamie, they've given him a license to sell weapons, but he can't leave the country.
Can't leave the country.
Just let that sink in.
America.
Pretty good picture.
America.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you got to come down here to Texas to get the full experience with Josh and everybody.
I'm coming.
Oh, yeah.
I'm calling that an invite. I'll be on my way.
Hey, come on down. You got to make plans for Heresy Camp, man.
Do it.
So when is Heresy Camp? Give me the date and I'll be there.
I sent you an invite to the group.
Okay.
So you get all that. It's the end of September, I believe, towards the end of September sometime.
Yeah, tickets already up.
All right, I'm in.
Fuck yeah, that's a party right there. We're gonna
Yeah,
shoot some big guns.
It's gonna be so good. I hate I'm gonna miss it.
There's people coming from all over. Alistair's coming from across
the pond.
Yeah, across the pond.
Alistair's from the UK's coming.
Yep.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I met Alistair. I got to meet him this year.
So quite a few people. Looks like they're going to be making the trip. So should be pretty exciting.
September 19th through the 23rd.
Awesome. And that's over a weekend?
Yes.
It's 5 days.
There's 3-day passes and there's 5-day passes.
Fucking yes. That sounds amazing.
Well, there'll
We're
be
not
all
gonna make
kinds of
it like 2 days and then like fuck off. No, we're gonna have some fun.
There'll be all kinds of
bring bail money
and ass ram going on.
Bring bail money.
I mean, we're gonna be out in the woods.
I never leave home without bail money.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's my type of guy.
What's up,
Zach? I actually got a game in this week.
Oh!
Was it fully? Was it fully painted?
Michael's was.
Well, those some people count those.
Hey, you gotta crawl before you walk, bro. Come on, cut the boy some slack.
I don't want to give him slack, dude. You give him an inch, you gotta stay on him.
Yeah,
you gotta give him an inch. You gotta give him another 8.
Can't have that.
You start giving him slack, he'll end up being an uppity peasant.
You start treating me like the people, then I'll start being this huge asshole. It's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah, I'm very proud of your game. That's good.
Pretty game with your chain swords, bro. I got these big ass chain swords. These things are terrible.
Yeah, I need those for thralls. Those are heavy
Zach.
chain blade thralls.
Hey Zach, did you still need those last cannons?
Yes. Did they come in?
They should be here.
I got this Gorgon right here.
They
I got this
should be
Gorgon right here.
Let me
There
see
should be
bro.
last cannon. There should be last cannons like right around here, and then like over here, and then like I've got the sponsor
Okay, yeah.
one. But
I should have them this weekend.
It
Right
should
on.
look a lot like this over here. But the last cannon's over here, and then
Oh yeah, I see it.
that's it. I think the last cannon's here.
Yeah, we've all seen it.
Gorgons, man, Gorgons.
The Gorgons are the
Gorgons
way.
are good.
They're the
We get
truth.
it.
We will have the only elusive Gorgon at Adepticon this year. Yep. People will try, and they'll come from miles around to see our Gorgons.
Yeah, dude, I'm laying down the gauntlet. Like, I want people to bring all the shit. You see Steven Hillman on the Adepticon page, like asking about like how many fortifications they can take. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Who asked that? Like somebody's trying to work an angle that
That's the
I
thing.
just don't see. Like
You get your ass kicked saying something like that.
So with
think-
fortification, can I take the D weapon? How many D weapon fortifications do I take? Like that's like a. That ain't key, but I don't give a shit, dude. Bring that shit on.
That shit on there, fucking Gorgon up that shit.
I'm gonna bring this bitch right here if I can get it put the fucking together.
There you go.
We have there's no speed here.
Oh, little setbacky poo.
Minor setback. Oh yeah, there we go. I hate these fucking things.
Yeah,
Hit it with the
So,
fucking
next-
starfish.
So we'll just go ahead and roll right into Hobby Progress with Bussy since I think he's next.
What are you working on there, Bussy?
I'm working on this stupid ass drop pod. Drop pod number
hard.
2.
And that's been
One
Hobby
more.
Progress with Bussy.
That's about it. I'm about to get pissed the fuck off. If I had more fucking Johnny Walker in me, I'd have done thrown this thing against the wall.
I'd sure I'd kick this thing out the window.
Here we go, baby.
Yeah,
So is that what you're bringing? Drop pod Space Wolves?
Fuck
No,
yeah,
wait.
man. What else am I gonna
Or
bring?
is that part of your? Or is that well? You're bringing Salamander. It's part of Fistamander, right?
Oh yeah. This I'm bringing this, but y'all aren't gonna get to play this unless at least in that event. I'm bringing Fistamander.
Pussy.
Dude, it's got to be one or the other. Like, what do you want me to do? It can't
just
be
saying,
Team
like, don't
Fistamander
say-
if I bring Space Wolves. Like that just doesn't even make sense.
I mean,
Then it's
I'll be
like-
all there. I'll be all there
Fist-
all
Team
day
Fist-
Friday, man. You can
Then
bring
it's
whatever
like-
the fuck you want.
Fucking Dog Fist. What's that?
Fist-
Ain't nobody knows what fucking Dog Fist is.
Pretty dropped the bomb. Like I think they're starting to crawfish, bro. Because like Pretty told me today, he says, I don't think I'm going to be able to get 3,000 points of Imperial Fist by Adepticon. And I was
What do
like,
you need,
what?
Pretty?
What do you
Pretty, I'm doing 3,000 points of Space
I
Wolf.
don't
haven't
need
painted
anything.
the first
We're gonna
model yet.
models. I'm just physically not going to be able to paint them 3,000 points worth.
Is this
Bro,
a
you
crawfish?
can do
It's a
it.
crawfish. It's a
You
crawfish.
can do it.
Sounds
And
like.
I was like, he's like,
Pretty, here's the deal. All right. So starting today-
commanders are still going to be there, so nothing's changed.
That's it. Starting today, we're going to do it. Me and you, we're going to paint 3,000 points in the next 2 months because I have to. I don't have a choice.
So that's we. I would have to paint 160 more militia. You know, how many Imperial Fists could you possibly fit in the 3,000 point list?
There's 58.
100, 200, 200? Would you say 200 Imperial Fists?
Oh, you're
200?
doing all true.
200.
all-
Are you 200? 200. Are you 200?
No, I think it's 58 guys on foot.
For this, if I got to do 160 more, you can do 58 guys foot. Come on, man. You got this pretty.
Well,
I'll
58 guys on
Yeah,
foot.
just
Josh,
I
the
can
58
finish
guys
20 more
on foot
guys.
are going to be done anyway.
armies.
Because that's got nothing to do with the 3,000 points. It's when you start getting into the Lord of War. That's what I'm not going to have time for.
Oh.
Lord,
Oh.
what do you got? You got Falchion? You got a
Yeah, I've got the
Typhon.
Falchion, but it's going to need some repairs. I was looking at it last night. And
You got
Oh,
five organs?
you
You
didn't.
got 5 organs?
no, I don't have 5
You,
more.
you didn't buy Josh Corch's. No, wait, no, that's a Phil Blade.
okay. Start out by getting yourself down to Harbor Farit.
Harbor
Pick
free,
up
free.
Harbor Flip.
Harbor, how they fit.
The fruits.
I hear that's
Get up
something
with
to
the
do.
air rushes with the warranty.
Yeah, look,
It's
it looks,
gonna make your life.
it looks just like this. This is in the electric blue model, the Harbor Fleet.
See, I'm not gonna say that whoever told me about the hardball spray technique was from an MKA course, but I'm not gonna say they weren't.
Oh, really? There you go.
I can't divulge where I'm getting these sick tips from.
Fit.
Abo Farita.
Okay, so I got these like, oh shit. I'm making a dreadnought for that CK Studios class.
Are you still working on that?
Faction should it be?
Let me see it.
What?
Sons of
Let me see
Horus.
it.
I got these legs.
Oh, that's as far as you got.
Wait.
What?
I can't see. Why can't I see?
Oh, can you not see me?
Oh, now I can. Yeah,
It's got a giant dog.
nice.
It's got a. Is that a wolf
What?
pelt? Is that Space Wolf?
Cool.
Oh, it's got some danglings.
Danglies.
Dingleberries.
Yeah, dude, make
Dangleberry.
a Space Wolf dreadnought.
Is that his Cenobite dick?
No,
Hey man, don't be a pussy. Make a Space
So
Wolf.
are you going on the one? What's the course called? Is that
the Airbrush 101
right? I always
from
think
CK
with
Studio.
yeah. So I think if a good way to learn airbrush is pick a bright color, which might not be your
So-
army of choice, but
Ultramarines.
you learn fuckloads more.
So I should do like something completely stupid, like
Word bearers or
Dude, don't do word bears. Don't be that
Thousand
guy.
or yellow or blood angels or something
I
like
do
that.
word bears or Thousand Suns maybe.
Thousand Suns would be cool, but it depends. If you do Thousand Suns, it depends whether they show you like the clear coat or whether you do like just normal
Yeah.
paint shading.
Dude, the clear coat looks so good on it.
I don't think so. Like I saw that and I thought it looked real good, and then the same dude matted it down, and I was like, oh man, that looks so much better. I
You
Yeah,
like the
clear coat.
anodized look? The anodized look?
I matted mine down on my custodes, and it looks cool. It looks cool as fuck.
Yeah, Andrews were super shiny, like, and I was like, man, those look like, I don't know, like shit would just bead, like the water would just bead off them or whatever.
The
and
urine
like,
would just
the
beat
neck,
off.
yeah, the dog piss just like mats off. Like, did you rain extra armor? Smart move, but then the next time I saw him at the Dallas event, it was all matted out and it looked good. I thought they looked cool.
I think it can look quite cool if you do a high gloss and then really weather it up. So you don't necessarily matte it back, but you just like dust up the legs. You get a pretty. I've seen that, and that looks quite cool. Because I've got a few dead ones on my Space Wolf bases, and they're kind of high gloss, but then covered in dust and stuff. It looks kind of cool.
Like, I'm not really interested in like the dreadnought for an army. I'm more interested in learning the most, I guess.
I'd pick
If
like
that's the case-
red or yellow would be the color I would pick.
Yeah.
Have you done
As much as
Airbrush?
I hate to say it, dude, Imperial Fist. Dude, Imperial Fist dreadnought. That one, yeah, because yellow's the hardest fucking shit to paint. Like, fuck, man, for real.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And you'll learn so much about layering the colors through because you're going to have to work a bit harder to make it work.
That's why I hate Imperial Fist so much. I mean, honestly, it's the jealousy of people who can actually pull off a decent yellow. Like it stems from the Bad Moons, the Orc Bad Moons. I wanted to paint some Orc Bad Moons back in the day, and I tried the yellow, and it just came out shitty and more shitty and just shittier. And like every technique I used, I couldn't get the white base, white primer, yellow bases. Dark yellow, then to a light yellow. Fuck that yellow. I like drop kick that shit. So every time I see piss yellow Imperial Fist, it reminds me of how poor my yellow technique is, and I just hate everybody who plays Imperial Fist because fuck them.
It just brings all that heartbreak back to the surface.
Yeah, it does. It brings it up. Like that's what happens.
I know what you mean, but there's a part of me, because I've never painted yellow, there's a part of me that wants to try it. I really want to give it a go.
Yeah, and then you'll end up hating Imperial Fist, or you'll be great at it, and I'll hate you.
I was going to say, yeah, I'll be good at it, and then, it'll be the shortest friendship in the history of the Horde.
Yeah, I'll be like, fuck you and your yellow fucking Imperial Fistos. Yep.
Cool. Sounds like I'm doing Imperial Fist then.
Yeah. I'm gonna rape you.
Okay. Well, then I'll do.
That wouldn't be the first time
fifth.
anyone said that, Josh.
I doubt it'll be the last.
The thing is, though, Josh actually means it, Jamie. So
You better watch out.
Yeah,
Okay.
when he says that, what he means to say is, saw me
came
over the
from a
table.
really
It's not off the
rapey
table.
place in England. We mean it.
you just say you came from a rapey place.
There's a big list. Josh has
Yeah,
that's
a
what he
running
said.
list of rapings.
Rapings, the raping. Alleged rapings.
Alleged.
I have a list, yeah.
He's checked it twice.
So it's like Arya Stark's list. He says it out loud every night before he goes to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing that Pretty said.
Arya Stark. I have a list.
That's a Game of Thrones thing, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Who's next on Hobby Progress?
I have successfully set out all the non-troopy mechanicums, and dude, man, fuck, we have a lot of mechanicum. I'm like, I don't know color
Have you
scheme.
got any Vorax, Josh, in the mechanic?
I have Vorax. Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 Vorax.
Because they are fucking awesome.
Are they? They
Yeah.
look kind of like praying mantis-y,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Praying mantis.
I like the.
I mean,
Vorax.
I love
like
them as a model, but I mean on the table. I think they're fucking badass.
Oh, shit,
They
yeah.
kill
That's what I like to
Terminators.
hear.
They just destroy Terminators.
Yeah, Tim just raves about them.
I love them.
Like better than graviton imploders. Those graviton imploders, man. I tell you what.
The Vorax
Well,
can't take
they-
graviton imploders.
They've changed.
No,
them,
no.
Josh. It's not that they're not the same as they were last time you faced them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They got the nerf.
Oh,
Well, they
Tim
get a
raves
little.
about
they're
those two.
They're unusable now.
I don't know. Far from
No.
that.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Far from that. They're still really good. They actually got better against vehicles, I think.
I mean, they're not. I don't think they got upped. Like they're not better than they were.
Yeah, Vorax cool. I've got part of my Space Wolf army I'm building. Like there's the story to it is one of the characters is a like Iron Priest. He just fucking hates
Nice.
the rest of his Space Wolves. He's just he lost all of his crew, so he just decided to become an Iron Priest. And he runs around with 2 Vorax. So he's like a Pravian. And he's got 2 Vorax called Esker and Blix, which is Swedish for thunder and lightning. And
yeah, nice.
so he
That's
just
right.
runs around with those 2. He's got a
I'm
thunder
getting some
hammer.
movement. I'll be honest, I get some movement from all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. They kick some ass, and they always people are shit scared of them.
What
No-
a coincidence! I have a same Iron Priest with some Vorax over here, named Fritz and Blitz. I guess
Yeah, I got Donner and Blitzen over here.
Donner and Blitzen, yeah, that's how we do it. Yeah, they come from the North Pole, big long white beard, red suit. Yeah,
Nice.
Check Swedes off the list of folks that will be offended by this episode.
None of my Swedish friends will be doing it.
It's like Pokemon, gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all. Gotta fucking discriminate against all of them. I'm not racist.
Well, guys,
What
I hate
color?
to do this, but I need to get going.
Oh, you pussy!
Ooh.
I know.
George. You're gonna start the decline.
The decline.
No, Monty started. He left first.
Monty left.
Do
Yeah.
without a trace.
He left us.
He does.
I'm at
Yeah,
least
he
saying
didn't say
goodbye
goodbye.
He's,
before
ve-
I
he's
go.
very mysterious.
Serious.
I gotta take care of a few things for
He's
bed,
like the wind there.
work and shit. But
Bye, George.
All right, George, have a good one, man.
I see you
Well,
guys.
nice
Suck it.
Catch
Suck
you
it.
Zach?
later.
Suck it, George. Suck it deep.
Watch
Later
your
on.
Jack. You can suck it all night long.
We're real classic.
Yeah.
classic.
Class A. So class A.
We could run our ass rams together.
Oh yes, we could.
S to S. S
S
to
to S. S to S. We can't make it through a show without bringing that up. Shit,
Such a great,
it's a thing.
great
It's
scene.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.
all right. Suck
All
it
right,
easy,
later.
George. So, what color should we do these Mechanicum, bro? Like, I'm hitting a wall here.
Yellow.
Fuck you,
No.
Derek. Fuck you. I hate you.
Well, you didn't. You pushed out of
Pushed?
also,
What?
we could do it. We could do deep purple.
Dude, deep purple. Yeah,
The purple.
deep purple.
Well, I'm just saying that you didn't do you had the Emperor's Children, but then you didn't.
I did push out of the purple. Yeah. But like I could do them like shiny purple, like the fucking or they mat it down like the matte purple. And be like you like it the anodized purple look.
Dude, going really hard metallic and then bringing it back down with a matte looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
It's a good look.
Do I have a Tamiya
I like
purple?
when Jake Bussey says, "Awesome."
Awesome. I have green, red, yellow, orange. I don't think I have a Tamiya purple. What? Nope.
So, hey, Derek,
Yes.
why'd you take off the fin? Did you not like the fin?
Oh, the flipper.
Yeah.
Well, I traded the flipper for this Leviathan,
He gave me the flipper.
so now I have 2 Leviathans.
I don't know
Probably
what a
those work
flipper
out for
is,
you in
but
your
I
game.
approve of the Leviathan.
So the flipper is the
Oh,
Ironclad
here's
Dreadnought
the-
Chain Fist.
It's right. It's right here.
I'm with you.
I got one right here.
Solid.
Right. This one's with melt again.
I'm gonna give you your flipper back, Derek. I think I'm gonna give you your flipper back.
Okay.
You can keep the Leviathan. I'll give you a flipper.
You can keep the rest of the rest of that Contemptor if you want.
No, I'll give you the whole Contemptor back just the way it is.
Oh, I made it for you.
I know, but I mean, at this point, I don't need it.
Derek, take the fucking shit, dude. Josh doesn't need it.
All right, I'll take it back. I mean, I made it special for Josh, but
Oh, that's so sweet, Derek. Yeah, I like you, man.
So, like Josh, you said Josh needs it more than me.
No, I got.
no, he's like, man, I need that Contemptor Chain Fist for this event, and I got up to that event, and I'm like, how's that Contemptor doing, Josh? He's like, oh, I'll let that at home. I didn't bring that piece of shit with me.
Like my brother came
I
through
am.
clutch. He came through clutch with
He built you a
Give him
Contemptor?
all
like
Give
he
him all
had.
the fists.
He gave me all the fists.
I love
okay.
the aggression that's
He
coming out of
fisted-
Derek
he
right now. I love it.
I'm sorry, Derek.
I was like,
I'm giving it
I
you back.
went in there. I went in there and said, "You want to use Derek's fucking shitty fucking
Like,
Contemptor?"
It didn't go down
you,
like
can't- you
that.
get laughed at Dallas if you use that stupid fucking thing. He's
Is it
Derek's
flipper?
fucking flip.
The flipper.
Said, I've had the old bull. Now I want the young calf.
Is it code for something?
That's
I don't-
freaking dirty. I don't know. Okay, it sounded dirty.
Yeah, that's,
So
I don't know what's happening.
I have another English question for the
All right.
Americans.
Good.
How does the
Shoot.
American horse heresy scene feel about custodes?
I'll be honest with you. I haven't played any.
I haven't played any either. I'm ready. I want to. I want them to fucking.
Oh yeah,
bring
I
it
want
on.
them to bring it.
I think the internet hate's probably the same. I don't know what that's like at the events because I mean I haven't played against custodes either. So
Oh, the militia's gonna piss off every custom player ever. I don't think they can handle it.
They
I'm sure they can.
they racked up last year to Adepticon the actual Heresy tournament, but we haven't seen them in a narrative.
Okay.
Actually, Mark from the Age of Darkness podcast brought his custodes to Adepticon and kicked some ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's online. It's pretty much hate, but
Yeah.
I don't know. They're out there, I guess, but I just haven't seen them.
Yeah, I mean, if you
just
spend the
don't
time to
get- I
like
don't-
paint them up, make them look good, I'll say look dope. But
Yeah. I've
I
got
don't
I've
get
got
why
like, I got 3,000 points on this, all fully painted, and it's interesting. Like, I haven't necessarily
Did it look
got
good?
completely. I'm English, so I can't say yeah they look good, but yeah they look pretty good.
oh, dope.
I'm too polite.
So yeah,
But yeah,
there's some gold on them. So
I
sprayed them
I'm
with some
like,
retributor.
I'm fully painted. Me, I can't put anything down unless it's fully painted, fully based, completely finished.
That's right, Jamie, the closer.
I'm a closer.
I just don't understand how they came up with so much shit, like so fast. Like they seem to be throwing out different units for the custodes.
People are hot.
Well,
for
like their Telemon Dreadnought and the Orion dropship, they weren't even in book 7. Like those are just like they just kept making stuff for them. And
Yeah, I don't
the
understand.
book came
That
out
was
and they just
probably,
kept making stuff for them.
I think that was
they
probably
just came
more
out
to
with
do with
the jet bikes and the
Book 7 got rushed. I think at the end. That's probably why that happened. I would say.
Yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies in book 7.
Hey, hey Jamie, does it sound like they're making a shield captain that's on a jet bike? Is he gonna be like T6? Is that a thing?
I must admit I haven't heard that. And my friend,
Custodes on jet bikes, T6.
my friend actually did all the models for the custode vehicles for Forge World. So he did the bikes and he did all the tanks and he did the dropship.
I think we didn't go in deep enough in fucking Jamie's background because he's like, I invented Garage Guitar Hero and my buddy,
I didn't invent
my mate
guitar.
just knocks out custodes.
My dad works at Nintendo.
No, my wife works at Nintendo.
No,
Jamie,
my,
are you in?
My stepfather, Steven Seagal, he's married to Carla LeBrock. But
No,
she
he's
slept
my
with
uncle.
me. Still slept with Kelly LeBrock.
Yeah, Chuck Norris is my godfather, so no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
What else? What else, Jamie?
Do you know? Have you heard of the guy? Do you know the guy Mark Bedford, who's one of the Forge World legends?
Yeah, Mark Bedford. Yeah.
Yeah, he taught me how to paint when I was 14.
Holy shit!
Is that true? It's like a new game. Like I'm gonna push this through my scrot sack, and I'm gonna call bullshit on that. You're like, no, for real.
No, it's not. It's straight up. He taught me how to paint when I was a kid, and then we kind of reconnected when about 6 years ago when we were playing in a Horus Heresy campaign that was part of an online thing before the rulebooks came out, and then he taught me all the Forge World techniques.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a good dude. And then another mate of mine is a guy called Blake Spence, who did all of the Forge World scenery tiles. He did all of the Zone Mortalis stuff, and then he did the Mastodon. He did all the custode vehicles. He did the Space Marine Medusa tank, I think.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he's a fucking good dude.
That is pretty.
Jamie, do you know the guy who did the Space Wolf range?
So,
That shit.
I do not know the guy that did Space Marines, but if I did, I would fucking choke him out.
Excellent.
How can they let that shit go, man? So
I know
bad.
about him. Apparently, it was rushed. Apparently, he just rushed it out. He's a bit arrogant by all accounts, and he just rushed it out. But I don't know how they got it through.
Well, I bet he's getting a piece of humble pie right now.
Fucking hope so. It's because the Praetor's been taken off sale, hasn't it? You can't buy it.
Oh, really? That's gonna be like the $1 million model. Oh,
yeah. You cannot.
Limited edition Praetor with no gun handle and banana dogs.
I mean, I'm sure you guys, some of you sound like Space Wolf players, so I'm sure you were the same, but like I've been waiting for them my entire life, and they are the fucking worst.
I think there's a plus side here, Jamie, and I think that I guess it's that I'm not as upset as I would be just because when it comes to Space Wolves, like I'm used to doing conversions and I'm used to doing all that shit anyway. So it's like there's enough pieces and parts and things out there to where you can make your own cool shit. Yeah. Where like if it was salamanders or if it was white scars, like, okay, there's only so many, Drake scales and like in hammers and shit that you can find. But when it comes to Space Wolves, like you can do so much stuff. And so I guess it didn't bother me. Like I didn't even need a Gray Slayer set because I'm like, I've already got my Gray Slayers. I've got them set up the way I want them.
I mean, I don't disagree with you because but I think I built my Iron Hands army before the first book came out. So I had 10,000 points of Iron Hands before Forge World started doing the books, and it was all converted. It was all Forge World Heresy armor, but it was, I was getting like Cromlech stuff. I was getting all, converting everything, and it was great. And I'm super proud of that army. And then when they released the Iron Hands models, I started to buy a few and put them in, but I'd burnt out on Iron Hands by then. So I was like, okay, it's gonna, at least they're doing this for the thing. And then, the Word Bearer range, in my opinion, is probably the best.
Oh, it's good.
Best Forge World Heresy range there is. Maybe second, I think second, I'd say, is maybe Thousand Suns, just in my opinion. And
they do look good.
So then I was thinking, fucking Space Wars are going to be off the chain. This is going to be great. I've waited. I built one Grey Slayer unit, which I converted myself. I'm super happy with. But I was like, oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. And then, I'm sat here now.
Shit hits the freaking.
And I'm making these are my Varigir. I'm learning how to sculpt, and that's my wife.
Solid.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
not the butler. Rico, say hi. Wave.
Hot damn, she is hot as hell.
Josh speaks his mind. And he said, God damn, she is hot as hell.
I like that you twisted the accent in there too, which is nice.
Yeah, made it. Throw in a couple of y'alls and we're good.
Y'all.
Yeah.
God damn it, y'all. So anyway, back to something serious like Space World. Yeah, they fucking
Serious
suck.
business.
I'm not even that impressed by the Grey Slayer kit, to be frank. I think, when I read them books, I expected leather masks to fucking have some detail, and they just look like gimp masks. I'm disappointed with the whole.
They look like the Hangman in Blazing Saddles.
There it is.
There
it is.
My the militia guys, yeah, and you only get is a torso and just that's all you get really is a torso. Their leather masks are better than those friggin' Space Wolf masks.
Yeah. The sad part is though, is that the Grey Slayer kit is the best kit that they've come out with for Space Wolves. That's the premier kit.
And that kit has one special torso, special axes. The shields look pretty cool.
The shields look badass, and I'm really pissed off because I just finished modeling my 30. And then they come out with all that shit, and I'm just like, damn it. Yeah, which is fine. I like my Grey Slayers. It's whatever. But
I do like that they're all pistol gripping their bolters.
Yeah. I'm just not a big fan of and me and Pretty kind of talked about this a little bit. I'm not a big fan of a wooden handled axe as a close combat weapon for an 8-foot tall genetically engineered superhuman. It's going to break.
Maybe it's ironwood.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
It looks cool, but at the same time, whatever.
Yeah, I hear that. And I just think the heads as well, they're all kind of the same. They've all got the same haircut, and I'm like, if you read any of the books, it's not like they said, oh, they got together and all did their hair.
Yeah, the whole point is that Space Wolves are all individuals, and they revel in it.
Yeah, they revel in it. There's a couple of...
That should have been the most diverse line that they've put out yet.
Yeah.
My favorite on the Varigir is when they cut down the little neck piece, so that way you could see their faces and their beards. And I'm like, yeah, that's what Space Wolves are going to do. Let's remove the piece that actually keeps a bolt around from going to our neck, just so that way you can see my beard. Awesome.
I mean, it's weird. The Varigir, the heads are what I imagine Space Wolf to look like. Big they look like Josh, basically. Right? That's how I imagine a Space Wolf. Right?
That's fair.
Hair everywhere, big beard, maybe a couple of braids, and then it's kind of like all the Grey Slayers look like Nickelback from the '90s. And
oh jeez,
it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's the best description I've heard yet.
The best part is though, like I said, we can work around it though. That's the one thing. If it was any of the other legions, I think that you could struggle a lot more. But I think of course a lot of my stuff is the plastic Space Wolves pack from 40k, just because a lot of it translates really well. We got a lot of stuff to work with, but it sucks either way.
It's just disappointing, It's just I've got my Word Bearers army. I've got 10 Galvor back. I've spattered the kind of upgrade kits throughout. I've bought the shoulder pads, and it fucking looks cool, man. I'm like, I've got the Ashen Circle. They look cool. They just look cool, and then these just look. I mean, I can tell you what it is, right? Because in my industry, we do 3D sketching as well, right? So we use the same packages that this guy used. And basically what he's done is he's done it super quick. And then he hasn't gone through the process of tightening it up. That's the thing. So if you look at like the cape on the Praetor, there's like a rune carved into the leather cape. And first of all, it doesn't look like a fucking rune. It just looks like a squiggle. But that thing took him all of 3 seconds. And it was just a brush and it was a push in. And it's like, how does a leather cape have an indent like that? Like, how does it do it? If you look at all other capes, it's all raised because it's stitching. So I'm like, it's just lazy. It's just lazy as fuck. And that's what irritates me.
Right. Look at the fur on Russ and look at the fur on the Space Wolves Dreadnought. Look at the fur. Look at anything that they've done before. And it does not, I mean, it's not even close. Like, thank God this guy didn't do Lehman Russ.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
can you imagine the dogs? Imagine the Wolfkin if they had fucking banana fur.
Yeah, there's no way this guy's getting a Primarch. I mean, from what I gather, he's only been sculpting for about a year or 2 anyway. So,
fuck him.
Yeah, I just think it's so fucking disappointing. Like, it really made me go, oh shit, am I going to even bother doing this wolf army anymore? And then I got to the same place you got to, which is like, actually, we've got loads
in spite. That's how the Wolves would do it. In spite of his ass.
Exactly.
We shall overcome.
Hey, boyos.
Yeah.
Look at this motherfucker. Oh,
it's a built drop pod.
It's a goddamn drop pod.
The doors work?
Oh, fuck yeah, motherfucker.
Oh, and you already painted it, Space Wolves?
Yeah, it's ready. Tabletop, baby. Look at that. Combi bolter. Oh,
listen,
yeah.
Agrex the shit out of it. You're good.
We're ready
I
to
can
roll
attest.
now.
That's all you got to do. Just hit the Agrex with their plastic. You're done.
Jake, have you tried playing any Deathsworn yet?
No, I actually haven't played a game yet with my wolves because I was trying to get them put together and painted before I popped them out. Adepticon may be the first time I get to play them, but I'm scared to fucking death at the models that are going to come out for Deathsworn.
Like, yeah, me too. I made my own already. I just made my own. I used the Reaver kit and
yeah, I probably should. Ooh, that would look badass, actually.
I did Reaver kit and I did Ultramarines helmets with white scars plumes.
Yeah, I've actually got the helmets I'm using for my Deathsworn. I forget where Michael got them from, but they're these up here. Let me see.
Okay. Yeah, my buddy Pete's used those as well. They look cool.
Those are sweet. Jamie, you need to friend me on Facebook and show me all your things.
What are those? What are those? Do they have a snout?
What was that?
It's like a wolf skull, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my mate Pete did those. Yeah, I will do, Jake. I'll send you. I'll share some stuff up what I've done, but I've just done those. And the Reavers look good. You just carve off all the sort of Horus stuff, and then yeah, nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be sweet.
But I highly recommend Deathsworn. They're badass.
Yeah. The couple games I played with them, they got deleted by Leviathan, which was fine because Michael's playing all Dreadnoughts that anyway.
What doesn't get deleted by Leviathan?
Yeah. The other couple times I played them, they haven't let me down. They're fantastic.
That ability to attack even if they die.
That's huge.
That's pretty cool.
That's like the Wolfen rule.
Yeah, it is like the Wolfen.
The Howl of the Death Wolf. I just like that they have defensive grenades.
Yeah.
I think defensive grenades and Space Wolves are funny. Like, if I could take...
with sticking with a priest.
What's that?
And
I take him as a
with a priest as well. Yeah, it's the way to do it. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I got such a red rocket going on right now.
Oh yeah.
God damn it. I got all these colors, bro, and nothing's jumping out at me, I swear.
Dude, don't paint. Be good.
I don't know. If I could take Breachers as compulsory troops, honest to God, I'd think about it.
What, in a wolf army?
Are they? I've wondered about that. Like, I guess my thought on it was I would never take breachers because I feel like Gray Slayers are a better choice.
I think they are a better choice.
I just, like I said, just the thought of counterattack with defensive grenades gives me a chub.
I got you. I love Gray Slayers. Like, I'm sitting there, just the whole idea of them, because they're not real expensive, and I feel like they can do a lot.
They're cheap for what they are.
Yeah, they really are.
Like 5 points for power weapon.
Fucking best troops unit in the game in a minute.
Yeah. Like, I've been messing around with the idea of having a unit like straight up 5th edition, like everybody's got something different.
Yeah, that's kind of what I push for a little bit.
Have like 4 guys up front with the shields up, and then guys behind them with like power axes, power swords, and stupid like that.
I love it.
I modeled one of mine with a power spear. So he's got like this kind of hunting spear. It looks quite cool.
I wish you could take a power spear. It's just a regular power weapon.
Yeah, I always go for fucking rule of cool. If it looks good, do it.
Jamie, how are your Gray Slayers kitted out?
I've got, let me have a think. I've got 3 power fists, a lightning claw, thunderhammer on the sergeant, 2 power swords, and then like 3 bolters currently.
Damn.
But I've only got 1 unit, and then I've got a unit of vets. But if you've got book 7, there's a really cool picture in it, which is like it's a picture of a vet squad that was the original Space Wolves before they found Rust.
Oh, the overseers.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Mark II armor. So I did a squad of vets based off that picture.
Badass.
So it's a slightly darker grey. I've done all the same markings. So I've got that. But me and my buddies, my Swedish friends, and my English mates, we're running a slow burn crossbow campaign. And what we normally do, we did Istvan over. Took us 3 years to do it, but they would come visit us in England, and we go and see them in Sweden. So now we're on to so it's like 1,200 points to start with, and you only need 1 troop choice. No characters. You've got to build your own character. Make up a load of fluff. Hence me doing the Praevian guy. And yeah, nothing bigger than a dreadnought. No vehicles. So it's kind of Centurion style. It's fun as fuck, man. It's a really nice way to do it. Everything's got to be painted, and everything's got to be based. And if you don't have a base, then everything gets preferred enemy against models without a base. And you get preferred enemy, and you get rending if you've not painted it. So, unsurprisingly, everybody painted it.
Yeah.
We put those rules in, and everybody paints.
Oh yeah, you got to.
Yeah, I've got a 2,500 point list built up that I would never make, but it's a Centurion style. It's just Gray Slayers. Like, it's Gray Slayers, a unit of Deathsworn, and I think a unit of Vets, and it comes out to like 150 Marines.
Dude, that's fantastic.
And then I take I take Varl Redblade, so that 3 units get to scout. So I just have 3 20-man units that outflank. No big deal.
Fuck them up.
And then I take Pale Hunters, so I get +1 to reserve rolls, and everybody gets hit and run. So dig it.
Yeah, dig it so much you'd never make that list. Got it.
I would never make that list. I'm not gonna paint 150 fucking spaces.
Well,
And that's why no one will remember your name.
Are you gonna paint?
I've got about 20 guys I need to detail, and then a squad that I have yet to start. So
Have you not got the fever? Because like usually it's like you start painting and then you're like, I need more. Or you like have a list.
Thanks,
Once
Chief.
you're done painting, you're done. Like, I don't need more wolves. I've got 2,500 point. Exactly.
Oh, dude, in 40k, I just collected Space Wolves. I just like bought new shit just because I felt like it. Points of Space Wolves. I have, I think
Where's
probably about
that guy?
3,000 points.
Where's that Derek?
That guy didn't have bills, so
You live at your parents' house. Let me tell you about Bill.
yeah.
Oh.
All right, dudes. I gotta head out.
All right.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
about that time.
Shit.
Who hosted?
It's 12:30.
Oh
Who
fuck.
hosted? Because I'm up. I work till 7 a.m. Like so.
Yeah, I hosted. Somebody can pick it back up if you want.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Dude,
It's a pleasure.
Oh, man.
Jamie, it's a pleasure, dude.
every
You got
time
it going
I
on.
tap the keys on the Guitar Hero, I'm gonna think about you.
As long as you're naked when you do it, Josh. That's the main
Hey,
thing.
you got it. I don't. There's no. Is there any other way to play?
I don't want to picture you clothed doing that.
Right. That's
If I
Well-
send you my Rock Band guitar, will you autograph it for me?
Yes, I will. With my penis.
yes.
Awesome.
Oh man.
Even better.
I think it.
Heard it here first.
I
Yeah,
wanna
there it
sniff
is. Exclusive. That'll increase the price of your Rock Band guitar by at least $5. The fact that I rub my balls on it.
Or like
Hey,
a quid
I-
and a half, if you will.
quitting.
Quid and a half. I like it. I like it.
All right, everybody.
Peace
Yes,
out,
sir.
guys.
Y'all have a good one.
Thanks for having me.
What's
All right.
wait before you go?
Oh.
What's a pince?
He already left. I didn't tell him that we usually talk for a couple minutes after we stop the broadcast. Yeah, he already bailed out. So
Where's
Okay.
that guy from? Who the fuck is Jamie?
Jamie?
he's out in Seattle, but he's from England.
Like, how did he end up in our webcast? I'm just curious.
He's a friend of George's, and when I was talking to George about coming on tonight, George said, "Oh yeah, I know this guy Jamie. He's been on Emperor's Path because he knows Sam Beecher." And then he has a YouTube channel called The Route.
Like, he didn't
So-
plug any of that stuff.
Nah, he was just on to hang out.
Like, I had no idea. Like, I was like, cool. I don't know
Yeah.
shit.
He's a cool fucking dude.
Yeah, cool dude. Cool dude.
He's cool as shit.
Yep, definitely.
I like, and he's well versed.
All right, well, we're gonna take this thing offline. So all of you out in YouTube land, see y'all next week.
We're still on.
Everybody.
Yeah.